for the streams anyway.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I think we should be live. We should be live. I think. I don't know why. So I posted all the timestamps like you said, and like Wiggly recommended. For parts 1 and 3, it worked flawlessly. And for some reason, the chapters don't work for parts 2 and 3, and I don't know why.
When you said the chapter 1, the part 1 ones worked, I checked and it wasn't there for me, and then I checked today and it was.
Oh,
so
really?
It might just be that
maybe just a delay.
It takes a while. Yeah, maybe.
I'm actually gonna check right now, mid-stream. Welcome to the stream, everybody.
Finally here after a month.
After a month? Let's see if people are still interested in the all items list. Hey, we said ahead of time, like, this is gonna be a long commitment.
It's been taking longer than expected, though, because
of
reasons,
you.
But...
I mean, what? I didn't say anything.
Okay, you're right. You have to say it.
I've been ready every Tuesday, I'm just saying.
Oh, no, I thought you meant in terms of the actual time of the video.
Oh, no.
Okay, I was talking about the length of the video.
No, I was talking about,
no, which it is true, that is
I was talking about, you know, the being able to do it weekly.
Listen, I have a life, unlike you.
No,
yeah,
you're right,
I got
bro.
you there.
You're right, though.
No, you actually have more of a life than me. I just had uni. That's the reason I'm busy. Now I have no life, so.
I'm almost done with college, thank God. It's just I'm all online right now, so
yeah.
It's easy for me to
torture.
make time.
I hate it. It's actually torture.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, screw real life, am I right? Isaac, boys.
Yeah.
How are we doing, everybody?
Isaac is real life.
Isaac is real life. Has it really been a month since the last one? Didn't feel like it. Well, that's what we want to hear. All right, that's what we want to hear. If y'all are deprived of Isaac tier list content, then make sure to join my Discord channel because the entire month, even if we haven't been ranking stuff, the Isaac channel in that Discord is full, like almost every day, of just people debating about items. So if you're missing out on Isaac, you know, tier listing stuff or debates, then go there. I recommend.
Also, I'm gonna have a brain. Every time we finish talking about an item, I'm going to put the timestamps. Like, I'm going to check how long the stream is and write down the timestamp.
See, the problem with that is that. Okay, you know what? It can technically work. It can technically work, but we have to. You have to start. Okay, you have to start your timer. When I say we're starting the actual item rankings, not the item re-rankings. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah.
Because I skip over the item re-rankings for the actual video. Just because I you know, listen, we gotta cut out all that we can. My pray is that we can somehow meet some beautiful world where we can break down the entirety of the list into one 12-hour video.
No.
Which won't be easy. It won't be easy, that's for sure. But it might be possible. Listen, maybe it's a little optimistic. It might be possible. Because obviously it would require an actual editor, but we would have to cut out like all the fluff.
Who wants a full-time editing job for math?
Yeah, who wants a big-time editing job for me? I want all of the like 5-hour long videos to get edited down into one 12-hour video, like less than 12 hours.
Condense 120 hours worth of listing into 12. Good luck.
Yeah, it's gonna be really hard. But that would be the ultimate tier list video, because I think that's the one thing that holds back this list. I mean, it's a great list no matter what, but the video, like, you know, it's in parts, right? And it takes a long time. But if you are just like an Isaac head, but you don't have all that time, one like 11-hour video, 11.5-hour video, just to know everything about each item, that'd be pretty goated. Me, I'm an editor, bro. I need a job. Arthad, join the Discord. Join the Discord.
Unironically, man, I might actually hire you.
I might unironically hire you because I know you love the streams, and that's what I want. See, because I know people that need editing jobs, but I want somebody in our community, preferably, because I want them to actually know what we're talking about. Because they need to pick out the most important bits to put into the video. Because they're gonna have to cut out a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. But anyway, we'll get that. That's not gonna happen anytime soon anyway. That has to be after we finish the entire list. But whatever. Anyway, so you did a small chocolate milk test. What's up with that?
Okay, so okay, firstly, I just wanted to quickly, I've been looking at A minus tier for a bit. We'll do chocolate milk in a sec. I'm looking at A minus tier for a bit, and I've not really, like, after last stream, I've not really liked how A minus tier looked. It's felt, like, wrong to me. I have reordered some of it. I was thinking, I was thinking Dr. Fetus, Technology, Lucky Foot, Bloody Lust, Cupid's Arrow, Lump of Coal, Tough Love, Mulligan, PhD, Spirit of the Night, Relic, Crystal Ball, Steam Sale, Dollar, Forget Me Now, Prayer Card.
Wait, I'm very confused as to what you're listing out.
That's my order of the list. That being said, I moved Crystal Ball down a lot. You're not going to let that one, but
Crystal Ball,
I think the rest of
I really still think Crystal Ball is not that far from Book of Rev. It really isn't. Like, it's just super solid. Like, the combination of the cards, the max map layout, and the fact that the soul hearts drop on the floor and not just, like, automatically into your health bar, I think that all combines to make it comparable. Like, yes, obviously you're getting less soul hearts overall, but it really is not that different. Like, you're definitely mostly getting soul hearts, and dropping it on the floor is just really good.
I could see it maybe more in, like, the middle of the tier, but I feel like the high end of the tier is a bit weird.
I would still 100% put Crystal Ball below Wafer. I feel very good about that.
Yeah. I'm not too concerned about Crystal Ball, because, like, that's one of the placements that's, like, I actually shouldn't have put it in my list I just read out, because I was trying to make the list as, like, things you'd agree with, and I forgot I moved Crystal Ball. But that's fine. I'm not really concerned about that. I'm more concerned about the rest of, like, the middle placements, which were kind of, like, just a bit weird. Like, it was, like, yeah, I just feel like the middle placements are a bit weird. So I guess, like, the takeaway from that is I think PhD and Lucky Foot shouldn't be next to each other. I feel like the extra benefits you're getting from Lucky Foot make it a fair bit better than PhD.
Well, that might... No, I agree that it's better, but does that make PhD worse than anything below it?
I think so. I think one of my issues with this tier was I was looking at some of the other items, and I was thinking these are better than PhD, and then they aren't better than Lucky Foot. And it was
that's
like,
fine. Which items? The only item I say we can't do that with is Piercing, because I think Piercing is too high for me.
Well, Piercing is going to be in a weird position for us regardless, because we disagree on it.
Right.
It's kind of like Book of Shadows for me, where I'm just going to ignore it's there, or even like Crystal Ball, where I'm just going to kind of ignore it's there.
Yeah, so I'm ignoring that it's there, so we just leave it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I was thinking... Okay, I was thinking Bloody Lust needs to go higher.
I'm okay
So
with that. I mean,
Bloody-
I love Bloody Lust.
Yeah. I was thinking Bloody Lust next to Lucky Foot.
Okay.
I was thinking Lump of Coal above the other damage items. Like, Lump of Coal goes above Tough Love as well.
That makes sense. That makes sense, yeah. Honestly, the damage output from Lump of Coal is kind of crazy.
Yeah. And then I was thinking Prayer Card should probably go a little bit lower in the tier.
If it's in the same tier, that's fine.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, probably the bottom end of the tier.
You know what? When I look at it, yeah, because Shadows is just better, I feel like. Shadows is good on every character. Yeah. This is only really... Like, to me, the way I see Prayer Card is that it overkills a Red Heart character run. Like,
yeah,
when you get this on a Red Heart character, you just win. But it's specifically Red Heart characters.
I still think that Steam Sale and Dollar should be next to each other. I would personally put Steam Sale lower to match Dollar.
I would
I
be
get-
more okay to raise dollar up and leave Steam set
Okay.
where it is. Or, hear me out, check this out. Boom, boom. How's that?
Oh wait, can you? I just realized I'm looking through your stream. Can you stream?
Oh, sorry. My bad, my bad, my bad, my bad. My bad,
I didn't even realize
my
it
bad.
this whole time I was looking at the thing. I also
My
need to
bad.
screen share my game
My bad, my bad, my
in
bad.
case we do tests. I knew we were forgetting something. You should have my game if you ever need that. Okay. You moved Spirit of the Night above them. You moved those. I would have Relic above them too. And I think that's fine. And then, okay, I think this is, yeah, it's like, yeah, my placement's like not big placements. It's just like, this feels a bit better to me now. And then PhD was going to go down, below Mulligan and above Spirit of the Night. I feel like those damage items are better than PhD, but I don't think they're better than Lucky Foot. So having them between makes sense to me. I honestly do think that, one advantage of Lucky Foot, or one disadvantage of PhD and Lucky Foot, is that getting them late is worse. Where these damage up items will be like better, like no matter when you get them.
Yeah.
I think an early PhD is a little bit better than a Mulligan, but I think there's more times in the game where Mulligan is better.
I will never agree with it below Mulligan, but I'm willing to concede and say to the damages and just leave it there. How about that?
Mulligan is basically the same as Tough Love in terms of like DPS.
I do not think so, because Mulligan has the luck aspect to it.
No, Tough Love has the luck aspect.
That's what I
Mulligan
meant.
is.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Sorry. Tough Love
Oh, I
has
see.
the luck aspect to it. So if you get perfection,
Mulligan at base has more damage than Tough Love, but Tough Love, like if you have
Tough
zero
Love
luck,
is
or
one of the
even zero
best
luck.
items on the Losts. It just is.
I just personally think those items should stay together because they feel very similar power-wise to me.
In that case, let's do that.
I just really think all three are better than PhD by a little bit. Like,
I still think PhD should 100% be above Piercing, and even above Bloodlust. I still think
you
it's
to ignore piercing because that's my piercing. Like
that's fine. That's fine. But I still think it's right below Lucky Foot. I don't think it's that massive of a drop.
I think the difference is that if you get a late game Lucky Foot, you can still use it for playing machines, and if you find a fortune machine specifically, it's really good, and that's like a potential late game asset for Lucky Foot that's just really good. It also gives you luck, so your room clear rewards are better, so like going onto the chest floor, you're gonna get more chest drops because your room clear rewards are better, both because of it giving you luck, and also because it just gives you an additional effect of extra increased room clear rewards. So I think getting a late game Lucky Foot is less of a dead hit, but a late game PhD I think is just a dead hit. Or very close to being a dead hit. And I think that difference is enough that like I'm willing to say like stuff like Mulligan's better than PhD, but worse than Lucky Foot. That's why I feel like there's a bit of a difference.
Mulligan's really the same damage as Tough Love on average.
I can't remember what our Tough Love damage was on average.
Because
but,
Mulligan
I
feels
maybe-
so... Okay, I'll put it this way. Mulligan feels so much worse than Tough Love's. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because the tooth is more obvious. Like, when I get Mulligan, it does not feel like a game changer like Tough Love sometimes is.
I can see that.
Like,
I just think
like
that
again,
it's
I'm
tough
okay
when you
with
get-
it. I'm okay with it being below Cole and Tough Love. But Mulligan just feels so wrong to me in every way. Like, I take PhD probably even late game over Mulligan. Even if maybe it's
you're
a
just
throw.
underrating Mulligan.
Maybe. And I'm completely accepting of that. But I want to know exactly if the DPS is comparable to Tough Love. Because that makes no sense to me.
I would need to watch back what we said when we ranked the two items originally, because I don't remember what value we gave to Tough Love for damage, but Mulligan is a 1.33 times. Like, the rate you get the fly is always 1 in 6.
What if
it's
I-
a 1.33 times.
Here's a crazy thought. Victor in the chat has been doing a DPS test for us. What if I pull that on stream? Because they probably have a Mulligan test on there, right? Mulligan. Is it here? Maybe not. Oh, it is. Let's go. Oh, wait. No, I don't think it's filled out yet. Maybe they're filling it out right now.
As we speak.
Whatever. For the sake of time, we could lower it below.
Did they have tough love on there? Actually, just for now, like, that is one thing. I will check the values of tough love and mulligan at some point, and I can see if they're, like, comparable. But I remember saying that I felt like they needed to be next to each other. Because
I don't
tough love
think
has, like,
so.
high, low, low. Well, mulligan's kind of consistent. And that's why I said they should be, like, together.
I really wonder that. Oops, I forgot. I haven't tested mulligan F. Look, test mulligan in stream time, and we'll change it later. Okay, let's just have that for now. And then
okay.
Choco milk, right?
Yeah. I could... How far low... Like, how far down can you take Crystal Ball?
Literally...
I think it's fine there, actually.
Yeah, literally
It's
none at
really
all.
fine.
Because, again, it's A+.
I'll let you have it, it's okay. Okay. Now, chocolate milk time. Chocolate milk time. Okay. So... for some reason...
Victor's crying right now.
For some reason, you really didn't like this item. And I knew you were underrating it, like, when you first said that. But I understood why, because I also feel like the item isn't as good as it should be, right? Like, you look at the numbers, and the numbers are really good, and then just in practice, it felt bad.
Right.
And I couldn't quite pin it down, like, what the issue was. And then I talked to a friend, I've talked to a friend recently who has more hours than both of us, I'm pretty sure. And they also had the, like, exact same position. Like, my adjusted new position was top of A-. They also had that position. And I'm like, okay, well, this is, like, a trend that, like, all of these, like, players with a lot of playtime are feeling like this item's underwhelming. But, like, the numbers is comparable to Cricket's Head. But then it also has more versatility than Cricket's Head. So technically it should be above Cricket's Head. But it, like, I couldn't, like, it didn't make sense. But I tested. I gave it a short test before this stream. Like, not even an hour. I just literally ran through, like, room 1 and just fought some rooms and fought the, like, floor boss. Like, very basic stuff. And then I did it again with Cricket's Head on the same floor. And also I fought Hush, and because one of my suspicions was that boss armor was really bad with these, like, slow fire rate but, like, high damage items. And chocolate milk you can spam shot, but the high damage is better, like the charge shots. And I thought that boss armor affected that more. And Victor also said it affected it more, but I'm not sure that's true, because in my test with Hush, it seemed like the same damage basically, like with Cricket's Head, or I think Cricket's Head might have been, like, slightly more. But, like, with Cricket's Head, or spam shooting chocolate milk, or charge shooting chocolate milk, it seemed like it's around the same. Like, to go through 12.5% of Hush's health, it always took the same amount of time. So, yeah, basically, I think the boss armor point isn't true, which is weird, because I thought it was, but, like, it doesn't seem like it from my limited testing. And then when I did my just run-throughs of Womb, it felt better than Cricket's Head. But then, when I fought, like, some rooms that were a bit harder, it felt really bad. But then when I did the same room with Cricket's Head also felt bad in those rooms.
See,
so I think what I've identified
is that I think this fair.
I think this item feels bad. I think, like, when I used it in the bad rooms, it felt worse than Cricket's Head, but it wasn't actually worse than Cricket's Head, if that makes sense. I feel like this item, for some reason, feels bad. It feels like it's not doing much damage in certain rooms or certain bosses, but it's actually doing good damage. I don't know what, like, mental trickery is going on, but I think, like, objectively speaking, I have to put it above Cricket's Head. Like, all the results I had, the only thing I can say against chocolate milk is that it feels bad, but the actual numbers, like, the way I was clearing rooms was either easier than Cricket's Head or comparable.
I just, okay. I mean, no matter what, it's not going A+, because, I rank it far lower. We can do A- for sure. But what I will say is, comparing it to Cricket's Head, okay, like, I don't exactly know the comparison that you're making, because Cricket's Head is clearly, it has, like, you're just shooting more often. So, like, in enemy rooms, it should always be easier, no?
A lot of enemy rooms that I was fighting, because there is a little bit of downtime between your shots, the chocolate milk shots were just one-shotting. By the way, my test was just, I gave myself 3 white coat hangers and 3 pentagrams. So both test had the same max tier rate and 3 pentagrams. Then I gave Cricket's Head to one, and I gave Chocolate Milk to the other. So it's same items, basically.
And plus, like, okay, and that's not even considering, there's a good chance that the damage multiplier synergizes a lot better with other items, like other synergies, better than Chocolate Milk does. Does Chocolate Milk have anti-synergies? I don't even know.
I don't think it does. If anything, it has actual synergies, because it...
Well, it definitely fails to synergize with tier spam builds, right?
Tier spam builds? Okay, this is actually... Wait, I might... This might embarrass me because I have the... I'm testing, by the way. This might embarrass me because I have the worst... I am so bad at spam shooting. I can't button mash. I'm the slowest button masher I've ever met, okay? So, we're gonna do a test of spam shooting Chocolate Milk. I'm gonna do normal DPS for 10 seconds. Then I'm gonna spam shoot Chocolate Milk for
Well, there isn't a need. We have the DPS test here. Hold on.
I just want to check Victor's result. 94.5.
Chocolate Milk spam. We need DPS 13 and base is 9.
It definitely did more.
It's a little bit more.
Okay. I'm the slowest button masher of all time, and I still got more DPS with the spam shots. I got 94.5 with normal, and I got 114 with this. How big of an increase was that?
My only guess as to feeling bad is that it requires some actual focus and effort to use. The one big tier also looks kind of underwhelming.
The worst button masher of all time got a 20% damage increase on the spam shots. So make of that what you will. So that surprises me a lot. That doesn't make sense to me. I've always felt like the spam shots are like way weaker than the normal shots. But the spam shots at base is still stronger than base tiers. Then charge shot is a lot stronger than base tiers.
I really am just so conflicted because there's a part of me that just wants to let you rank it, but because again I just do not like it, and I think you're right. It just feels bad. I can't really say anything about it that is actually objectively lowering it. Besides, it feels bad, and I think it's bad against some rooms.
Yeah, I was finding that in general it was a lot better in certain rooms because there were some rooms where the enemies are spread out, and when you're firing a Cricket's Head, it's taking longer to kill per enemy. While with Chocolate Milk, you just instantly kill one enemy, and then by the time you've repositioned to the point where you can actually hit the next enemy, you've already got the shot fully charged. You insta kill them as well. You move on to the next enemy, you insta kill them. That was happening in some rooms. While with Cricket's Head, I did actually need to stay there for a little bit and let a few shots hit before it killed them. And that was slowing down how quickly it was to do the room, and also making the room a little bit more difficult. I had to dodge a bit longer. But with Chocolate Milk, literally, I was just nuking, one by one. The rooms that it didn't work in, where there was, more enemies, kind of enemy spam, Chocolate Milk felt worse in those rooms. It felt bad. But when I played those same rooms with Cricket's Head was not that much better. So, I think the whole, it's bad in certain rooms actually just isn't real. I think there's just some weird mental bias. I can't but
I have no idea what it is. I have no idea what it is. Now that I'm taking into account the new DPS, your new little mini test, I don't know. I guess I'd put it right here. So maybe it will end up going in A+ if you think it's above Cricket's Head.
It could go bottom of A+, maybe above Book Revelations.
See, what's throwing me off is that I would just never see the world where I take this over Dr. Fetus.
I would, but that's because I personally would put Dr. Fetus lower. I'm actually not a huge fan of the item, but...
or even Tech. Tech has the piercing.
I also, actually, and this was very, very brief, but I also did the same wound test with Tech, and Tech is definitely worse than both.
Okay. Alright, whatever. Let's just put it at bottom of A+ and move on. There you go, Victor. You win. A+. There you go.
I'm still not sure. I'm more confident in the comparison with Cricket's Head now that I've done a bit of testing with it. I'm still not sure because I'm still in the same position as you, Mana, where it's I don't know why this item feels bad.
Yeah,
I
this is
don't
like
know
the
what it is.
definition of a feels bad item.
I don't know what it
There's
is.
got to
It
be
just
something
tastes
about it. Like that's why I'm so hesitant to just flat out put it above Cricket's head. Because like, I do think experience and like actual play matters a lot. Like I think people just like underrate that.
I
just
actually agree to an extent. I was talking to Wiggly about this. I feel like relying on logic is good to an extent, but I think sometimes you don't have all the information. So
Yeah.
without having all of the information, you might not have something that like you might be missing some logic.
There's
might be
so
something
much
you
to
don't have.
consider more than just DPS.
Yeah, exactly.
And plus, most DPS tests are just done against a training dummy, which is stationary. Like, the way you shoot's also important. The type of enemy is very important. The type of items you have is very important. So I don't know. I don't know why it feels bad to you two, because it feels good to me. Whatever. We're gonna leave it here for now. Maybe we'll do more tests in the Discord or whatever. And come
I probably
back to
am
it.
gonna test it a bit more, but yeah, like, and my test was very, very brief. It's like not conclusive at all, but there was no downside over Cricket's head, at the very least. And then
Right.
this item also has upside if you get good tier spam items, like if you get Little Horn plus soy milk is a good synergy. Or you get to do the same thing with chocolate milk. It's basically like you get all of soy milk synergies without needing to be locked into soy milk. Like when you think about it like that, that's huge for synergy potential.
Oh yeah.
Like items like chemical peel, which are also really good with soy milk, you can do that with chocolate milk. But then you don't have to, because you can just charge shot. And if you don't want a fully charged shot, you can release partially charged shot. Like, there's not really a downside to this item. It's like, but I don't know why, but it just feels wrong.
It
So I
just
do think
feels
it's better than
worse.
Cricket's head. I think it is probably better than Cricket's head.
Whatever. Anyway, we're gonna start with the actual items now.
Let me start the timer.
Okay, so how I want you to do this, like on a separate doc or something, preferably on a computer, so you just copy and paste it. Just like list the item, and then like leave a few spaces, and then leave the timestamp.
Yeah. Wait, just let me make it Google Doc. Actually, wait. I'm gonna restart the timer.
So that way you could just copy and paste it to me after the stream.
Yeah. Give me a sec. My internet is slow for some reason. I don't know what happened recently, but my internet.
Downside over Cricket's head is that Cricket's head gives a 0.5 damage up as well, which is minor, but it's something. That does matter though. Like if you're comparing the items directly to each other, I think the 0.5 damage up. Like let's say in a world where their damage was very, very, very close to each other, like their actual DPS. I feel like the damage up helps a lot. Like the moment you pick it up, like I think at base. Maybe that's what feels bad about it. Like when you get chocolate milk early, is it that good? Maybe not. I don't freaking know.
I think it's still pretty good. Wait, I'm just gonna check what format you use for. Oh, you just do a few spaces. What? How many spaces is that? Like 3 or 4? I don't know. Whatever. Poly 1, 2, 3, 4. I should probably say Polyphemus. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Polyphemus. Let's rank.
All right, we're starting Polyphemus.
So it's funny we've had the whole chocolate milk discussion. I actually think the chocolate milk discussion probably should stay in the video. Anyway,
Polyphemus.
it's funny we've had that chocolate milk discussion. I looked at the numbers for this, and also and it makes sense. This actually does match up with my experience. I think this is just worse chocolate milk.
See, the problem with Polyphemus is that I already knew you were gonna say that you didn't like it, but I really like it.
I think this is A- at highest, and I think it's actually like one of the most overrated items in the game. This should not be quality 4. It's actually not that good. Okay, it is good. It is good. It's still an A tier item. I'm not gonna claim it's a B tier, but it's not that good. So it's actually not a damage multiplier. It is in the sense that it does double your damage, but it also more than halves your tier rate. So the overall damage multiplier you get, like damage and tier, or DPS multiplier I should say, the overall DPS multiplier is 0.84, which is not good.
Bro, Victor, you don't have Polyphemus on this DPS test? What the freak?
He does. It's at the top.
Oh, wait, am I tripping? Oh, I am. lmao.
Yes, third from the top.
17.
So at base damage, it's a lot. And then when you have more damage ups, it's not a lot.
What I care more about is with tiers ups. Because I think they did tiers as well.
Damage. Scales with damage they had badly.
Well, I don't care about that. So I mentioned this in Discord. With an item like Polyphemus, you don't need to scale well with more damage ups because you have enough damage for the rest of the run instantly, the moment you pick it up. I care more about how it scales with tiers. And it looks like it scales pretty good. Am I looking at this wrong?
The multiplier is the same, slightly worse, but it's the same.
I mean, I don't know. Its DPS is still, with tiers ups, it's still comparable to Cricket's Head. Like you said, it might be worse. Oh, no, you said worse than Chocolate Milk. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think in terms of, well, to be fair, though, you also think Chocolate Milk is better than Cricket's Head, so I guess it kind of makes sense. So I'm okay with Polyphemus being...
Cricket's Head are like...
Okay. See, I'm okay with Polyphemus being right below Cricket's Head. But it being an A-, I think, is going a little bit too hard, because, like...
Okay, but go further and look at the damage, and then see the multiplier with when you get damage ups.
I don't care about that, though, is the thing. Because, like, you have to understand, that basically gets canceled out by the instant insane damage that you get when you pick it up. I care way more about that than the late-game slight changes in damage. Because it's the same for every item. The more damage you get, we've mentioned this a million times, the more damage you get, the less benefit you're going to gain. Like, that's just how it works for every item. So I don't care.
We're comparing it to items like Cricket's Head that not only have the same upfront damage, Cricket's Head has more upfront damage than Polyphemus, but then Cricket's Head scales better too because it keeps a consistent multiplier, while Polyphemus does not keep a consistent multiplier. Its multiplier is technically bad, and the real reason that you get a lot of damage is because it gives you a +8 immediately. It gives you a +8 to damage immediately, but it scales poorly. It has 1.24. Go further right. Go further right. And then 1.25 when you have tiers. It's weird that it doesn't... It's fine with tiers, but not with damage. I guess it makes sense. But yeah, you see how Cricket's Head keeps the 1.56? Like, it keeps the 1.5, but it also has a little bit of damage on it. So, it keeps the same rate, but then Polyphemus just falls off, and it becomes a 20%. That's worse than Mulligan.
I'm confused as to where...
The number next to it, that's the multiplier. The 1.24 is the multiplier. The 1.56 is Cricket's Head's multiplier over base damage.
But why would I even look at that when I could just look at the DPS?
I guess you can. I prefer to look at the multiplier because it makes more sense, but you can look at that, that's fine. But yeah, it's doing a lot less damage than Cricket's Head. It's also doing less damage than Mulligan at that stage, I'm pretty sure. Because
on
Mulligan
instant pickup, I would argue Polyphemus is better than Cricket's Head.
No, it's actually not. I mean, you can even go back to the start of the DPS test.
Yeah,
Cricket's Head has high DPS on initial pickup.
I guess that's true. I guess I can't fight that. Maybe it's the piercing. It's something about how it feels.
The semi piercing, because it's like leftover piercing. It doesn't actually.
Right, but it is still nice. It is still nice for room clearing.
But Cricket's Head is just strictly... Okay, maybe not strictly bad, but, like, in terms of DPS, Cricket's Head is just...
See, like, I'm okay with putting it below, but I think A- is being too harsh. I don't think it's that much worse. I think I'd put it... I think I'd put it...
Right now we have items like Mulligan, Lump of Coal and stuff in the middle of A- tier, and that's probably where I would put it, around there.
See, like, that makes no sense, because it's not that different from Cricket's Head. It's only a little bit worse. Like, okay, look. If you want this here, that also means we have to move Cricket's Head down there. That's the way I see it.
Because Cricket's Head is good all the time, while Polyphemus is worse later on.
But not really.
Yes, really. It's in the DPS test. It's exactly what was shown there. Cricket's Head is way better late game. And it's the same early game. So, it's just better than Polyphemus by a margin.
In that case, is Polyphemus worse than all three of these in the late game?
It's worse than Mulligan in the late game. It's worse than Tough Love in the late game. Lumbercoal's a bit weird because it's a flat damage increase and it's like kind of a synergy item. But yeah, Lumbercoal is probably more consistent throughout its whole life. Well, Polyphemus is kind of bad later. It's not bad. I mean bad for a tier item. It's bad for an A tier item is what I mean.
I guess in that case we could just plop it right here. I just don't agree. I think the instant benefit from picking it up, and it never feels weak. Like, it just never feels weak. It feels significantly
it feels
stronger.
Weak to me.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It feels very strong. I don't even, like... And the DPS test does not really deny an entire tier change. What I will say is, before I looked at the DPS... Because I'm not just ignoring the data. I'm definitely not. Before I looked at the data, I would have unironically put it there. Like, actually. But I think after looking at the data...
Polyphemus, for me, I have the same issue with Polyphemus. Whatever my issue with chocolate milk was the same issue I had with Polyphemus. The difference is that chocolate milk, the data actually supports it being better, and Polyphemus, it doesn't. Polyphemus actually supports what I originally thought, but chocolate milk does.
The problem is that I still don't think the data proves it to be a whole tier below. I think that's definitely... I just think that's wrong. Like, I just think that's wrong. I don't think it's a full tier below based on that data. So using the data...
I think it is.
Using the data, I would rank it here.
I've picked up Poly on many runs, and it has felt extremely underwhelming.
I just disagree. Every time I pick up Polyphemus, it's instant win run.
No.
I've never had a run lost with Polyphemus, unless it was like a lost run or something. I don't know.
I had a run lost because of Polyphemus.
It never was because of Polyphemus, it was because of other reasons.
I've had a run that felt strong, and then I think it was a Polyphemus run.
I feel like this
I had a
is...
run that felt strong, and then I got to Beast, and then suddenly my DPS was like terrible, and I don't know what happened.
I feel like...
Sure it was Polyphemus.
I feel like this placement is fair enough since we have a tier change opinion on it. And it being next to these also feels fine. That's
like,
fine.
I will say as well, for my own, like, experience, I would probably also take it over stuff like Mulligan and Tough Love. But I think the only reason I'm doing that is because it's a quality 4 item, and like, everyone loves this item, and I think that I'm in the wrong for, like, not liking it. In reality, I think if that wasn't the case, if it wasn't quality 4, if not everyone was hyping it up all the time, I also think I would actually just take Mulligan over it. It has never felt that good to me. Well, stuff like Tough Love feels better. It just, like... But I will agree that on early pickup, it is better than those items. So, like, fair enough for, like, it's higher than them. But,
see, like, I'm also thinking of stuff like, how does Polyphemus stack with other items? Because, like, it is literally just a massive damage stat. So this is one of the things I wanted to bring up with Chocolate Milk, but I'm not exactly sure how it works. If you have something like Mom's Knife, wouldn't Polyphemus just do way more damage? Like, way more?
I'm not sure how Chocolate Milk might get overridden by Mom's Knife.
That's what I'm saying. So Chocolate Milk is effectively doing nothing in that case. And I think there's a lot of items that have that issue. So if you have Tech 2, right, you instantly shoot shots. There's no tier issue. Doesn't Polyphemus just give you the insane damage, whereas Chocolate Milk would do nothing?
Yeah, but then if you have any, like, tier spam, like, synergies, Polyphemus makes it way worse. So it's a give and take.
I am not so sure. It might be a this is where feel of play is coming in, right? Because Chocolate Milk, yes, technically you could spam shots on a tier spam build, but, like, put quite simply, you could just hold the tier button with Polyphemus, even if it is slower. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean synergies that rely on having a lot of tier rate. It's like soy milk type of stuff. Me and Wiggly, we're going to make, like, we're going to look into, like, make, like, a small tier list on what items are good with soy milk, which items are bad with soy milk. And that list will basically show us which items in the game care about your damage stat and which ones care about your tier stat. And we're going to see where it's skewed. Like, is it more damage or more tiers? Because using that will let us know if soy milk's actually good. And it will also let us know if items like Polyphemus are actually good. Because we'll see if it's like, oh, well, if there's more items that care about damage than tiers.
See, that's what I want to know. Because I think with more items, Polyphemus, it just stacks well.
I'm not sure. I've never been sure, and that's why me and Wiggly need to do that soy milk thing, so we can see,
it's, like, the same for stuff like Epic Fetus or Dr. Fetus, or, like, a lot of these high-tier items stack so well with Polyphemus. It's a lot of damage. When you have that high of a damage stat, it's significantly stronger than the ability to charge. Like, this is the ability to charge. This is not technically a damage up. This is the ability to charge, right? I mean, it's a DPS up, like, it is, obviously. But it doesn't actually change your damage stat. So it does not stack with, I'm pretty sure at least, it does not stack with items like Tech 2, or Dr. Fetus, or Epic Fetus, or Mom's Knife, or it doesn't stack with Brim either. So Polyphemus is...
Actually, chocolate milk has a Brim synergy that's very good.
Oh, okay, well, never mind that. But you get my point, right? Like, if it does not stack with these other items, then that's pretty insane. Tech 2 Poly goes crazy. Yeah, I agree too, Wiggly. Like, I've had that a few times. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I definitely still think I would put Poly here, maybe even above Triple Shot. I could see it. I think it's close. The tests at least show me...
I think it's significantly worse than Crickets.
Well, if you don't think it's significantly worse than Crickets, it should be in the same tier.
I said it is significantly worse than Crickets.
Oh, never mind. Alright, whatever then.
Like... But I can see, like, top of A-, like, that's fine where it is. I'd probably personally prefer Bloody Lust. I would definitely take Bloody Lust over it.
But Bloody Lust doesn't even work on the challenge characters. Well, it works on Keeper, I guess.
I think it's fine there. Oh yeah, actually, another thing I wanted to say. Poly's really bad in certain in runs that get like other tiers down items. Mutant Spider is actually not one of them. Mutant Spider and Poly, it gets rid of the damage multiplier on Poly and gets rid of the tiers down on Poly and just makes it flat damage up, which is fine. But for example, if you get like Eve's Mascara and Polyphemus, your tier rate's gonna be really bad. So I don't like it's not good to get like a really, really low tier rate. So generally items that like increase your damage a lot but lower your tier rate a lot, I think are a bit like they have downside, like potential downside there, because of that. Also, why are you lowering chocolate milk, man?
Well, because when we were re-ranking chocolate milk, I didn't consider all the item overriding. And I think now I'd put it below Mulligan, even with all the data.
I think you're massively overrating how much.
Well, okay, listen. You have to understand, item overwriting effectively makes the item worthless.
But I think on the contrary, you're not considering all of the really good chocolate milk synergies. Like this goes crazy with Neptunus. It's pretty good with Brimstone. It's good with any soy milk synergies, as I mentioned before. Every soy milk synergy works with chocolate milk.
To be fair, no, you're right. You're right though. It shouldn't go that low. Maybe I am tripping. But I do think it warrants at least going a teardrop for me because I wasn't considering that before. So we could just do this instead. Just top.
I don't really think you were considering the soy milk synergies.
Oh, I was. It's just there isn't. There would have to be more synergies than anti-synergies, and I think there's more anti-synergies.
I don't think there are anti-synergies.
An anti-synergy is when it gets overridden.
I guess.
But you're right, that's technically not an anti-synergy. I'm talking about when it gets overridden, because it's effectively a worthless item then.
I just think this item is so much better than Poly. Like, even being, like, close to each other is, like, wrong.
Well, I think it's crazy to put Poly...
I actually think chocolate milk is just better Poly. By a margin.
I mean, I don't think so, but at the end of the day, it's still above Poly, so whatever. That's fine. Let's just move on with that. It's in the same spot. It's a teardrop because I wasn't considering that is a pretty massive point for me. That's probably one of the biggest reasons why chocolate milk doesn't feel that good. Because it just does not stack with a lot of the best items in the game. It flat out doesn't.
Have you played the Forgotten with chocolate milk? That goes crazy.
I actually haven't. That might be good.
It's really good.
Okay.
It makes the size of the club bigger as you charge it. And it also does a ton of damage.
That's pretty sick. What is this?
That's Daddy Longlegs.
Daddy Longlegs, a classic. Daddy Longlegs is okay. It used to feel a lot better back in the day. I don't think it got nerfed or anything. I just think it got power crept. It is a good familiar. I actually don't know the damage on this, like, compared to other, like, familiar. I mean, obviously it's really good compared to other familiars, but Like, how much damage is this actually adding to your run, I wonder?
It does a lot of damage. It does 40 damage. 40
Each stomp.
damage.
Yeah, I mean, that's killing basically every enemy it stomps on. Does
Yeah.
solid extra damage to bosses. This one's a little bit weird. 40 damage every stomp. And I kind of know exactly how long it takes to stomp. This is kind of a feeling-based placement for me, but I think I take it on the same level as some of these damage up items, probably.
It feels high, but at the same time, that might just be right. It is very powerful.
It is powerful. I feel like right here makes sense to me.
Delay between stomps is 4 seconds. So 40 damage every 4 seconds.
It's not bad.
Um,
Oh, and it also, it does a good range, so I know this for sure. If there's a bunch of enemies in one, like, little area, the foot will stomp all of them. Like, it has a solid radius. Like, it's not bad.
Yeah. I'm thinking that might just be, I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of hard to rank a familiar next to a bunch of damage ups.
It does drop off late game. That's true. However, I think in the early game, when it's really useful, because the thing is that the damage ups also drop off late game. I honestly think in rooms it never really drops off. Obviously it'll drop off against bosses. But I think against enemies it's still one-shotting enemies throughout the entire run, I think. Besides obviously the rooms that spawn bosses.
I think you might have just placed it in the right spot, like first try.
Let's go.
It doesn't go higher, and it doesn't feel like it should go lower.
I got you, bro. It's the
Like,
it's the
it's just
experience.
good.
It's the experience.
How much is good?
pretty
I could maybe see like above Peeper, or like maybe slightly higher, but like I think that like general like lower B plus range makes sense.
I'm okay with above Peeper too, but you wanna would you rather do this or this?
Probably above Peeper.
That's fine. Let's just leave it there then.
Pretty good.
That's pretty
Is
good.
it above Guppy's Paw?
Nah.
No.
Guppy's Paw has really good highs, like really good highs. I don't think the like Daddy Longlegs is helpful with all characters. On Red Heart characters, this is like insane.
That's true.
It actually is
There's also
insane.
Guppy.
That's true. Yeah, it's Guppy. This is insane. Anyway,
it's
I mean,
an
it
active
causes
item in the game.
it causes a little bit of slowdown and spawns some spiders.
It's better than Hourglass because it's less charges and does slow down.
True. So true.
And it slows them down for less time. Anyway, but it also spawns 1 to 3 blue spiders.
Insane. Didn't blue spiders get
Insane.
nerfed for no reason? They used to do 4 times your damage, I think.
They used to do 2.5 times, and
Oh,
now they
never
do
mind.
2 times to match with flies.
Never mind.
It's a bit weird. I think that it is. Personally,
Just leave it here and move on, please. It's just glowing hourglass with some spiders.
it goes above Monstrous Tooth as well.
Whatever. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I did it.
Sackdag. I like Sackdag. I know for a fact that Turt does not really use orbitals offensively. A lot of people don't. There's no problem with that.
You say something that's true.
This is probably the most offensive orbital in the game. I could be wrong, but I feel like it is.
I'm pretty sure it just is the one that deals the most damage.
Yeah. I wonder what the DPS on this is. You want to actually do a test? That's not on here, is it? Probably not, because it doesn't.
Oh no,
do
it just says
tiers.
on the wiki. It's 112.5 damage per second. However, you're not going to be able to have 100% uptime on that because it orbits around you. You can't always hit it. But...
So I think this is really good. I mean, it's just flat out really good in early game. Like, this is like a pseudo mom's knife in early game because you could just like basically one-shot bosses, like early game bosses. That's not nearly as applicable to do against final bosses unless you have like Book of Shadows or something. It is just a lot of damage. I don't think it's that high. I think It's really, really, really good in the early game, but definitely falls off late game. But it's still an orbital, right? Like, you're getting a lot of damage out of it in the early game.
Shots, yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting a lot of damage off of early game. It's like a pseudo mom's knife in the early game. And at the end of the day, it still blocks shots in the late game. So it never really falls off. Orbitals are really good for protection. So I
feel like
think
it's B minus.
B minus I think is wrong. I actually think it's definitely better than Daddy Longlegs.
I think Daddy Longlegs is definitely better than it. I think in terms of early game damage, Daddy Longlegs is way better because there's no risk. And then
Maybe
Daddy
you're
Longlegs
right.
is early game just because Sackdag's an orbital. But Halo Flies is 2 orbitals. I'm just saying.
You're actually so right. Halo Fly should be B+, real talk.
So,
Halo Flies is so good. I always forget that item is too low. It's 2 orbitals! You're so close to being invincible to tears. Borderline.
not quite.
You may as
Halo Flies is
well.
perfectly correct where it is.
That's fine.
But I do think that Sackdag needs to be lower than it, because now how much lower? Maybe it's just 1 spot lower. I personally not a huge fan of damage orbitals. I don't really care.
I'll put it this
but
way.
it's probably correct to have it there.
I'll put it this way. Because I'm considering like most players here, well, most higher skilled players. I think this deserves bottom A+ for me personally, but I think this feels fair considering everybody. I use this a lot, but maybe that's just me. It just does a lot of damage in the early game, and it can kill enemies that approach you if you have too low damage. I don't know. It's just solid, and it synergizes with
I think
invincibility and stuff.
I think in Afterearth Plus, this was very valid to say is like very good. So in After Orbitals got like the biggest nerf from Afterearth Plus Repentance. It's actually crazy. I'm pretty sure every orbital in the game, or almost every orbital, had their damage massively reduced. It actually, I can see on the wiki, literally for Sackdag in particular, it's half damage. It used to do double the damage.
Damn.
In Afterearth Plus, it is 225 per second.
So
what?
I'm actually okay with it going below Halo Flies. I think there's definitely runs where I pick Halo Flies over it.
In AB Plus, orbitals did like double damage. They had a bigger hitbox, which is good for blocking shots and dealing damage, and they orbited slower around you, so it was easier to keep them on top of the enemies. They actually got like tri-nerfed in Repentance. It's like a massive nerf. So I think you need to make sure that you're thinking of the Repentance version of the item, where actually using it to deal damage is not nearly as good as in Afterearth Plus.
No, that's fine then. In that case, let's just leave it here. It feels correct.
Yeah. That's probably fine.
Extra soul hearts, Mitre.
Just give me a second. I need to do the things on the. Oh god, what time was it?
The Mitre.
I'll have to check these times. Anyway,
I mean, what's the % chance on the soul hearts? On the extra soul hearts?
it's every red heart that spawns has a 50% chance to turn into a soul heart.
50%?
Oh no. Okay, no, that's in After Plus. It's 33% chance now.
That's still pretty good. Every red heart has a 33% chance to turn to a soul heart?
Yeah, it's just 33% chance to convert red hearts into soul hearts. I think if you get certain room spawns, like the secret room that has red hearts in them, I think those will still be red hearts because that room like force makes everything.
I wonder how comparable that is to Relic.
That's an interesting question. I think Relic's better for sure.
It might be like close though. 33% chance is pretty high, and red hearts drop really common.
That's true. But is this item like being slept on, or is Relic being overrated? Who knows?
I still think Relic might be a little bit overrated.
I don't. See, Might is a weird item because it's like it's very hard to know when this is doing something.
Right.
From my experience, which is all I can go off on this type of item, from my experience, it doesn't feel super strong.
Yeah, but I also don't think Relic feels super strong is the thing. Like, I feel like I have a lot of soul hearts with both of these items independently.
How many rooms is Relic? Let me check.
It's like 7 or 8.
I think that's right. Let me check. 7 or 8, yeah. 7 or 8 rooms. Now, how often are you getting a red heart drop?
Oh yeah, this is easy math actually.
Now this will be without. Oh no, it's actually not easy math because I need to get up like the luck like stat.
Don't worry
And,
about the
like,
luck
the
stat.
room
Just
drop
do
chance.
just do base luck, whatever.
I need to look up room drop chance. I don't remember what I need to look up here. Rewards, is it?
With Mitre, it's actually stronger than Relic. Does it include
I don't know all the
spawners?
wiki pages for room drop chance. I don't know what wiki page I'm looking for.
Mitre is better IMO.
Oh, room drops, I found it. Okay.
That includes hard spawn from min-maxing insanity. True.
Is base 15% chance, so you can say 5% chance, so it's 1 in 20 rooms.
1 in 20 rooms. Okay, but that's a lot worse.
Yes. Yeah. Now, with extra luck, it's going to be a bit better. Also, if you have hearts that just spawn... Like, if you have a Lover's card, I think it might work on a lot. I'm actually not sure. Wait, do you want to test that? I'm going to test if it works on a Lover's card.
I
I'm just gonna...
don't think it does, because I think Lovers specifies red
Why is my
hearts.
game not- Oh,
But I could be
that's
wrong.
why. Okay.
Like, I don't think it's any kind of heart for Lovers.
Mida, if Lovers, if blank. I can't type today. Debug. Oh my god, I can't type today. Debug 8. No, definitely not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, definitely not there. Yeah, I do think that, yeah, if hearts are only 15% chance. Now, that being said, that's like, you might get chance to drop more. I think it would be higher than that, but I think it would definitely be worse than Relic. I think I can semi-confidently say.
I
Especially
think... I mean, that sounds a lot worse to me. I would be willing to lower it as low as, like, 2 tiers lower than.
I was getting the feeling of like high B minus or low B plus.
That does feel quite a bit worse.
By the way, my game on your stream is like very
know.
cut off.
I know. Don't worry about it. You said where
Oh,
are
I
you
see.
leaning?
Like high B minus or low B plus.
I want to put it here, personally.
Was it nerfed? Yes, it was. So it was 50% in After Plus, and now it's 30.
Yeah, it might have felt a lot better before. That's why it's kind of hard for me to rank items like this, because I have much more experience in the previous versions.
Oh, okay. Tank. 15% was the chance for a heart to drop at a room clear reward. That's what I'm about to ask. So, a third of those is 5% to get a soul heart from Mida, basically. So
I feel like this feels correct for me.
that makes sense. I would personally put it. I'd personally put it at the very top of the tier, actually.
Let's just do that.
I'm fine with that.
Alright, Rainbow Baby.
Give me a sec.
No. Let's see. I mean, I don't exactly know. This...
Rainbow Baby, I don't think it's that great of a familiar, but it's okay.
Rainbow Baby feels weird. Can't it, like, sometimes just do, like, insane stuff?
It can... Okay, let me actually... I need to get Brother
What's,
Bobby
like, the
up
high...
there.
What's, like, the high roll of Rainbow Baby?
Shoots Brimstone. It insta-clears the room.
Does it actually shoot Brim?
It actually teleports you to the beast and then uses Chaos Card.
True.
It can do...
I'm wondering if this is
Okay.
comparable to Brother Bobby, Sister Maggie, or if it's comparable to something like Demon Baby, because of the extra power.
I think it would be comparable to Brother Bobby's sister Maggie, personally.
Okay.
It's... Yeah, I mean, I think it's literally just taking their effects. It's getting the buff that that Sister Maggie got, but it's not getting the Brother Bobby buff.
Mm-hmm.
The Brother Bobby buff is higher fire rate, and it still has bad fire rate. It's probably better than Sister Maggie and Brother Bobby. I think the extra, like, effects, like, sometimes you get, slowing tears or charming tears. I think those are okay. Like, that's
Yeah.
fine.
You want to just leave it above them and move on? I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to talk about for that item. I think it's just whatever.
Yeah.
Now,
Now Dad's key, though. Dad's Key is one of the items that can save you a mark if you get lucky. It opens up Mega Satan door. It obviously is a 2-room charge to open all doors. That could be nice. It also opens secret rooms. So, like, honestly, a 2-room charge to open up your secret room with no bomb, that's pretty nice. And again, I mean, it's very important to keep noting that this is 2-room charge because that is just really cheap. You can just spam this, like in a floor.
Yeah.
Basically, when you get
room.
yeah, when you get this, you're always getting your secret rooms if you're holding it. Obviously, it's still an active item,
Yeah.
so that's probably its one negative is that you have to give up your active slot. Do I think it's better than the shovel? Maybe. I mean, the shovel is literally giving.
Shovel.
I don't know. I value the Mega Satan point very highly. Not needing the key pieces is really useful if you're like in the middle of a Devil Deal run, or you don't have the sack rooms, or if you're playing as a challenge character, you can't use sack rooms. And again, you get all the secret rooms, so you're saving all the bombs. You can key out of rooms that are threatening, and you just save keys. Like you actually just save keys. You could use this on any door to save a key. You open up your shop, you open up your item room. This is like the perfect resource management item. That being said,
that there are a lot better items for getting consumables, like even Skeleton Key in the tier below, or Book of Sin even. Now obviously this does have the Mega Satan thing, which is nice. I'm not sure how much weighting I want to give that personally. I'll probably give it a little bit. But I more care about the actual like function for like streaks. Can you just scroll down a bit? I need to see the lower tiers. I would, yeah, honestly, I would put it in like, you're gonna hate me, I would put it in like D tier or something.
That's crazy. That doesn't actually make any sense because it's just better. It's just better than Notched Axe.
Yeah, it is. So I would put it in C tier now that you mention it.
It is just better than Notched Axe.
I think I thought that Notched Axe was a bit too high though. So I think personally for me, but it makes sense actually. You are right. It is just better than Notched Axe. D tier was like an approximate placement for me. So yeah, I think it is actually more C minus if I'm looking at other things.
I see the logic behind Shovel. So like the thing is that if you get both these early game, Shovel's definitely better. But like, you could just like give yourself an extra mark with Dad's Key when you pick it up, and outside of that, I don't know. I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe I was overrating it too much. I probably was overrating it too much. I think it's more valuable overall than Blue Candle. Because the damage from Blue Candle is nice, and it is great early game. Like, Blue Candle is definitely like one of the best active items for the early game.
I actually think, and maybe it's because I really am obsessed with blowing up shopkeepers, but I actually think the breaking shopkeepers is just that.
But that, see, the thing is that if that's the only reason why you think Blue Candle's better, it makes no sense. Because you're saving so many bombs with Dad's Key.
No, it's not. Blue Candle's a good damage active too.
That's true.
And it breaks. And it breaks the... Like, I'm saying, I think just the shopkeeper thing is already comparable. But that's before even considering the Blue Candle.
The thing is that it's not comparable, though. Because you save so many bombs from the secret rooms that you just can use that on the shopkeep anyway.
Okay, but I can save a bunch of bombs by not using them on shopkeeps that I can then use on the secret room.
I guess, but it's not equivalent because there's way more secret rooms than there are shopkeeps.
No.
Yes. Hello?
No, there's the same amount because there's a shopkeep in the secret room, but there's also one of the shops, so you're getting.
There's not. Wait, is this a later man or throw? Is there a shopkeep in every single secret room?
Pretty much. Sometimes multiple. Actually, very often times multiple.
Is it really that? I know that obviously they spawn in there, but I didn't realize it was.
Unless you get a greed fight, I think it's actually. I think as long as you don't get a greed fight, there is guaranteed to be a shop, at least one shopkeeper. Usually, not often, but like Ferret Actually, yeah, often enough you'll get multiple shopkeepers that aren't even in the range of one bomb, meaning Candle will get all of them and a bomb wouldn't have. I think Book of Sin's just better in terms of consumables.
I think putting him... I mean, I love Book of Sin. But I think that's just wrong.
Someone made a good point. You get boss challenge items with this. That's actually a very good point. Very, very good point. I was overlooking that. Okay, that actually automatically makes it better. That actually automatically makes like a tier better for me. You just open boss challenge rooms.
Yeah,
that's
it's
a good
true.
Point.
You open any door.
That's true. You can just open up the...
Like, you can open up anything. Also, on the 2 lock doors, I'm pretty sure it just automatically opens it. You don't need to use 2 keys on that.
It does. 2 keys on that. And I'm willing to give the Mega Satan thing a bit of waiting. Even though I'm more streak oriented, I'm still gonna... It is obviously still a big point of the item that you can just open the Mega Satan door.
Yeah.
Okay. No, actually, I agree with C+, now that the challenge room thing was mentioned. This is a big point for me. Because, like, for streaking, that is hugely relevant because that's just free boss items every second floor. With no risk. Because normally the risk of the boss challenge room is you're on 1 health, but not with Dad's Key. So... That's actually a very, very good point.
Would you put it above Blue Candle?
Yeah, I would now with that change.
Do you think we leave it there, or do we bring it any higher?
I actually can justify putting it higher now. Where would you want to put it?
Personally, I think you get more benefit out of it than 1-up for sure.
Do you remember this an active though? I'm kind of thinking of it as like, oh, it's a boss item every 2 floors. But that's not true because it's an active.
The thing is that this is one of those actives that I'm perfectly fine with keeping the entire run.
I'm not.
I am okay with it. Like, it's always, it's a get out of jail free card. That's why that card is called that. Because that's what this does. Like, every 2 rooms, you could just, like, get out the frick of a room. So you take the wrong path. You could just get out. Like, if you're in one of those really hard chest rooms, like, with all the millions of, like, hard bosses, you just leave. It's only 2 rooms. Like, why not? Like,
you know what I think?
This is not bad into the late game. Like, it's not that bad.
I think Pinking Shears is too high, and Pinking Shears should be at the top of C+ instead. And then I think Dad's Key can maybe be at the top of C+ above Pinking Shears, and then we leave it like that.
That's fine.
I think I agree with this. Is Dad's Key really better than Book of Belial? Am I throwing?
It's the room charge for me, but that does feel weird, you're right. How about we move Book of Belial to the top?
Okay, put Skinny on above as well. Like all the way above. And then this might be best, actually.
I'm okay with this.
I think I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
That's fine.
Hey, whoever made the point of getting challenge rooms just massively swayed me on that item. That was one of those big points. It's
you can just open any door with it. Like it's really good.
I forgot about the challenge room aspect. That's huge for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stem
Stem cells. It is HP and shot speed, but no one cares about shot speed. So where are the HP ups? We put it above Rotten Meat.
There you go.
Okay, next item.
Slot machine.
It's actually portable slot matter.
Wow, I'm throwing.
I believe you can't even say the right name of the item. Stupid.
This item actually, okay, obviously it's an active, so it can never be detrimental. By the way, okay, that's not where I'm putting it. Mostly detrimental. I know we said off stream that we want to rename this tier mostly detrimental.
Right, yeah.
This, because saying an item is flat out detrimental is technically never true. Like, even an item like TM Trainer, technically it's not 100% of the time detrimental, right?
Technically with TM Trainer, you could get a really good glitch item and win the run.
It's true. Technically, every item is not always detrimental. So I think renaming it to mostly detrimental makes more sense.
I'm not even kidding. If TM Trainer gives you a glitch item that has the missing poster effect on it, because missing poster is a trinket, the game doesn't know that it has to get rid of your item when you die. So if you get a missing poster TM Trainer item, you actually can't lose because you will always revive as the last when you die.
That's
You
kind of
actually
hype.
have infinite lives.
That's kind of hype, actually.
Teams can be busted. It can be.
So yeah, I think saying mostly detrimental makes most sense. Because, I mean, you already said earlier you're going to do soy milk tests. I think most of the time soy milk is detrimental, but that's just how I think about it.
I could see it, and then I could also not see it. It depends. I need you to.
Yeah.
I need you to.
And basically, just in more runs, is it more harmful than good? Like, it literally, if it is more than 50% of the time good, then it's good enough to at least be trashed here.
Yeah, I consider more of a expected value. So if it's like really, really, really bad sometimes, even if that time is not 50% of the time, I would still consider.
I also agree with that too. Like if it can ruin an item, like if it can ruin a run, then I'm gonna weigh that more.
Yeah. If it's only bad 20% of the time, and then the other 80% of the time it's like. It basically like I'm gonna weigh up. Okay, no. If it's like really bad, really bad, like 20% of the time, and then the rest of the time is like only okay, I would say that's mostly detrimental. Like I would weigh that up. But yeah, we'll get there when we get there.
Okay, so slot machine is a bit of a weird item. I don't think it's it's weird because like I want to just slap it here, but I think that's wrong. I think it's probably at least at the top of trash because I just feel like even though it's so I'm about to say it, it's so niche, but I don't think, I mean, the payouts are the same as a slot machine, right?
Yeah, but it can't explode.
Exactly.
It's actually a better money sink than a slot machine. It's just better as a money sink.
Can it spawn pretty fly? Can it spawn pretty flies?
My rate is higher. Wait, hold on. Wait, it's actually better than a slot machine payout.
Is it really?
Wait. Real Lucky Flip hard, it has 76% chance to be nothing. Wow, no, the payouts are a lot better. Normal slot machine has a 76% chance to do nothing. Portable slot only has a 57.6% chance to do nothing. Yeah, payout rate for bomb is like twice as much. Wait, the payouts are like twice as big.
Oh wow.
Wait, the payouts are way better. Like, this is way more efficient for money.
Do you still get pretty flies?
Yeah, and pretty fly normally is 0.78, but with portable slot, it's a 1.57.
Wait, maybe this is a crazy late game money sink. If you don't, like, if you get this...
That's what I always think. I'm like, oh, this item is so good for late game. I am never in that scenario. It never happens. Because when are you ever taking this item late game?
Never. I think the idea that I'm thinking of for this item is it spawns late game, and then you just put all your money into it and then drop it back for your other active item. Like you...
But like, what even floor would that need to spawn on? Like, if it spawns on depths, you're not going to want to waste all your money because you still have the shop.
Well, no, after that. Obviously, you do it after. Like, I'm talking womb.
But how are you going to get it in womb?
Arcade.
To appear on like chest floor.
Well, doesn't it?
In chest.
Wait, am I tripping? It does spawn out of a slot machine, right?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. Why am I thinking that?
This is a shop item.
It's just flat out a shop item?
I think it might be item room as well. No, it's just shop. It's actually just shop.
It cannot spawn from a slot. So yeah, I mean, if it can't spawn womb, then we can't really consider that.
It can spawn it can spawn with beggars actually, and you can play a beggar and get portable slot. That's valid.
Okay, fair enough. These are very specific scenarios. So yeah, it makes sense why we never really got much benefit out of this because it's just hard to justify having it in the late game.
So, I think theoretically, if active items didn't exist and this was the only active item in the game, then it would actually be alright because it's a good late game money sink. But that never happens because active. Because
you're almost always gonna have a better active. I wonder if it's still trash or if the higher payouts make it like top of E-.
I will say.
You know what? It seems way better than Bumfriend, but maybe that's just because I think Bumfriend is mostly detrimental.
The different. Put Bumfriend back where it was.
No. We still have to test it. I let you have it for one stream, so now this stream we can leave it here.
Sure.
Let's go! Mostly detrimental Bumfriend! Anyway.
You have it for one stream where you want it, okay? Okay, basically, we're going to test, just so anyone who wants to know, we're going to test Bumfriend later. We're going to actually find out, like, I'm going to find out what his payout rate is. I'm going to find out how often he takes coins that you were trying to get. And we're going to find out if, on average, he's actually better or worse. Because he actually could. I've been considering it more. He actually could be mostly detrimental in terms of definition.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. So we're gonna put him here temporarily because whatever. Matt can have it for a stream. It's fine.
Let's go.
And then probably next stream or maybe the stream after that. So at some point, I would have done a test, and now people are saying first detrimental, and that's not true. Maybe you should put it back because like our first detrimental needs to be like the actual first detrimental. We're not sure if this is the first detrimental yet.
It could be.
Yeah, but we don't know yet.
The thing is that this is the first item. Okay,
first
what I will say about it is that this is the first item that could be detrimental. No other items in the list could be detrimental. So I think it's okay for now.
Fair enough. You know what? I actually think that position for portable slot is correct. Someone's saying that they don't think they think the other E- items are better, and I disagree. I think Dead Bird is borderline useless, so is Infestation.
I think there's a very
is like okay, but at the same time, portable slot could at least like you could theoretically have a shop on depth 2 that has a portable slot and basically nothing else in your shop. And you're on depth 2 and you have nothing to do with your money, you just spam it, you get a pretty fly. And a single orbital, like if you get a single orbital from this is like actually okay.
Actually, yeah.
So
I mean, I think for the
correct.
very niche scenario where you sink all your money into it and you get like one pretty fly, maybe 2 if you have 99 coins, then yeah, it's really good. It's really good in that scenario.
Not bad. So I think it's fine there.
That's fine. Holy Water, one of the biggest buffs an item ever received. This item used to be complete. This item used to be complete dog water. Like
it used to be an on-hit combat item, and all of those are bad. And now it's no longer an on-hit and combat item. And
it unironically used to be like right here, something like that.
I would have put it in E- next to Dead Bird and Infestation, probably below them though.
Yeah.
Like that's what I would have used to put it. Like it's this level, but now it's actually good. How good though? How good is the question? How good do you think it is, Matter?
I think it's solid.
Insane.
Insane. I think it's solid. It doesn't work on flying enemies, right?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It's really good in the early game.
Because if you have BF, it spawns a blue fire in the middle of the puddle, and that can hit flying enemies.
It's really good in the early game. Kind of falls off late. It's fine against enemy rooms at all times.
Yeah.
Like pretty solid into enemies, honestly, because like the puddle, like the creep.
Bosses because the creep actually like petrifies enemies now, which is kind of good, and it still works with bosses like occasionally.
Yeah, I mean the petrify is really nice. The creep, maybe I put it here. Is that no? Here is that too high?
I don't think it's too high. I could actually argue higher.
Okay.
But is it?
I think it tears up is
in this.
I think it tears up is better for sure.
Is it though?
I think so.
I actually don't think it is. Wait, I think early game, I would rather have Holy Water than a tears up.
Well, I agree, but I think the difference is not that massive for early game.
No, I think Holy Water early game is a fair bit stronger than a
maybe, but the thing is, okay, when you're comparing a tears up to Holy Water. You're right. Holy Water probably does nuke things a lot better in the early game. But the Tears Up is still really good in the early game and way better in the late game. Whereas
game, what's likely to happen is you have enough Tears Ups that you've hit the cap.
No. Here's the thing. Like, I've said this before. The thing with the tier cap is that I feel like on average, you always get close to the tier cap. But I don't think it's I don't think it's super. Oh my god, how can I put this? I think more than 50% of the time you don't hit the tier cap, but you come close. So I don't think that, like, not very commonly do you just like. It's common enough for you to hit tier cap and then tears ups are useless then, but it's not like that common. I don't know. Tears ups are just good.
I think I would put this near the top end of B-. I'm looking at like, I don't know if it goes like above or below Mitre or like above or below Halo Fly, stuff like that. But I've been looking at that top B- range for this.
Freezing late game boss is amazing.
I think we know that it's in this tier because you're putting it at the bottom of the tier and I'm putting it at the top of the tier, so it's somewhere in this tier.
You know what? I tell you what. How about right here?
Yeah, I'm completely fine with that. That makes sense to me.
All right, let's do it. Flight.
Give me a sec. Wait, I just need to make sure.
What is this? What is this called?
Fate.
Fate gives a. It is a flying
and
item.
Eternal Heart, and that's it. It's literally just Transcendence plus an Eternal Heart on it.
Here, you rank this item for a sec. I'm gonna be right back, chat. Okay.
Okay. I don't know why man is hanging around the B minus range when it's just better than Transcendence. Transcendence the B plus range. To be fair, I don't think he was thinking about it. Oh, he is. He's still here. He lied. He was here the entire time. Yeah. So it's interesting. The more I look at Lord of the Pit, the more I think like the speed syndromes quite well with flight. So I think it is less than Lord of the Pit. Now, personally, just keep in mind, I would have all of these flight items a bit higher. And I would have Lord of the Pit like a bit higher. It's weird because like all of these flight items are in the wrong spot in my opinion. So it doesn't make sense for me to compare it to these because yeah, it just doesn't really make sense. But it's like I don't know. I don't know what like Mana thinks of having an Eternal Heart versus having speed upgrade. But I would probably put it around where Lord of the Pit is. I think it just makes sense. I think when you get flight plus upside type items, I think that I think it's usually the flight doing the heavy lifting, and the extra upside is not super relevant. I know everyone disagrees when it comes to Spectral. I personally don't think Spectral's that much better. Like I would put like all of these flight items like high end B plus, or like even low end A minus. That's where I would put them all. So they wouldn't be that different from Spirit of the Night. What's my favorite Pokemon type? I don't know. I'm a washed Pokemon fan. Is it Grass by default? I guess it's Grass by default. I like normal as well. My favorite Pokemon are Turtwig and Chansey, so that's why my favorite types are Grass and normal. There you go. I like Ghost as well. Ghost is pretty cool. For no reason, I just like Ghost. I think you have to give it 2 hearts for Lord of the Pit. We're not really counting that for this list. That was on the Devil list where we considered the prices, but in this list, it's more just the actual item itself. Try not to think too much about the context of the item. I know that we were kind of mentioning context when it came to Portable Slot. That's a bit different because, like, the reason that item is bad is because of the context. But, even then, like, yeah, Portable Slot's a bit weird because you kind of need to consider it from a beggar if it's, like, anything. But even then, we didn't, like, it's whatever. It's Portable Slot. It was ending up low anyway. You dropped out during Gen 8. That's the same time I dropped out. I played Gen 8, and then I went to replay Gen 8, and then I replayed Gen 8, and I'm like, wait, this game's trash. And then I stopped playing, and then I never went back. It didn't help that BDSP came right after Sword and Shield, and I looked at it, and I felt sad. And then I didn't buy it. Gen 9 looks alright, but I didn't get it. I've already fallen out. They can't get me back. Has my opinion on Choco changed? What do you think? I was talking about it being comparable to Cricket's Head. Of course it's changed. That being said, I'm not confident. I'm not confident on that position. Because I literally did like less than an hour worth of testing. Where I was just like, and it wasn't even like a very well done test. I was just running through room and clearing rooms. But it felt better than Cricket's Head. And also the logic makes it better than Cricket's Head. So everything's pointing to it being better than Cricket's Head. Not by a lot, but like, still. So, like, yeah. But I need to play with it a bit more.
I'm sorry about that. I'm back.
Where do you think that the Eternal Heart... Basically, okay, this is obviously better than Transcendence, and Lord of the Pit is just Transcendence plus speed. So do you think an Eternal Heart is better than 0.3 speed? It's basically the question here.
No. But honestly, I don't think an Eternal Heart, when you're this high into the list, is really that helpful.
I agree. I was saying that before. I think all of these flight plus upside items are not that much better than just flight. Including Spirit of the Night. But I can see why Spirit of the Night is like higher in people's estimation. But I think most of these flight plus upside items are really just, they're good because they're flight. So they should be close to Transcendence. Like,
I think it's actually only just one spot higher because it's just flight with an Eternal Heart. An Eternal Heart is nice on a Red Heart character. It's not great either. It's just nice. And it's okay on a Soul Heart character and does nothing for challenge characters. I think it's exactly one spot higher, and that's it.
I think there's not many items between this range.
I think the speed up from Lord of the Pit is vastly more run saving potential.
Yeah, when you need the speed, it's really good.
Like, it actually could save your run, whereas I think it's so unlikely that the one Eternal Heart will save your run.
I think you're right. It's just kind of convenient, and it's like,
it's just
whatever.
okay.
Speed
it's fine.
Is run saving sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm okay with that. I think I'm fine with that.
Isn't this like you get hit and Black Bean you get hit and it toots?
Yeah, but it got buffed and now it does like a lot.
Really?
Like it does like a chain. It does like 4 or 5 of them.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's still not that good, but it did get it's better than it was before. It's not 1 toot anymore. It is. Yeah, it's 5 times. Wait, I need to show you in game. You kind of need to see it to believe it.
Yeah, I can't even like imagine it.
Get ready for insane, okay?
Insane tier.
Give Black Bean just what? Oh, those enemies don't do damage.
Wait.
Oh, okay. This is a decent buff. The fact that it leaves a gas cloud behind, this room sucks. Well, I can't spell debug 8 apparently. Wait, that's debug 8, not debug 10. No wonder. Please give me enemies. Oh, it pushes the enemies back as well.
You know what? It doesn't seem that bad.
It kind of still is. It's an on-hit combat
It's still
item,
an on-hit combat, but like, honestly, would I rather have that or anything in E+? I think I'd have it above Pageant Boy.
I would rather have money,
That's
but
fair.
I would put it above...
That's fair.
I'd put it above Unk.
No, I think it's definitely better than Scatoli. Scatoli
No,
to me...
Scatoli's
to me...
1/3 flight.
I guess. The flight's the only reason, though. I think the effect of Scatoli is so pointless.
It's good on Ascent. It's actually good on Ascent. It just turns off all of the fly Ascent enemies.
This is probably fine. That actually seemed like okay. Like, if I had it, I would notice it whenever I get hit in the enemy room, and it's just like, nice.
Yeah, nice. It's definitely better than... Is it better than Deadbird? Yeah, it's fine.
It's definitely better than... No, it's definitely better than Deadbird. I'm so confident about that, actually.
I think it is, yeah.
The poison clouds are nice, and it knocks back all the enemies away from you.
It knocks back shots as well. It's the same like effect as like regular Bean, where it knocks back shots and enemies. But you get 5 of them on hit. It's like, it's whatever. It leaves out a little poison gas cloud, so if anything walks in that after you've done it, they'll get poisoned.
Victor said Pageant Boy is sometimes clutch. I actually agree with that. Can we move Pageant Boy, like, right here?
Yes, because I was originally saying it was higher than Poop, and you guys were saying Poop's better.
I think it was just because of the hype of Poop.
Yeah, that's a meme placement, so I'm happy it's up now. And I agree with Pageant Boy being higher. Sometimes you get nickels from this, and money is money. It's
because when you get this, like,
from
a boss item, like, sometimes that's the money you need for the shop.
I'm sure it's higher, but I think... Yeah,
you know what? You know what? I think it should be above Loki's horns.
Nah. It should be below Treasure Map. Like, I'm actually still thinking it might be E+ tier, but the top of E+. But it should definitely be below Treasure Map.
Let's leave it right here then, since I think it's Loki's
horns. It should definitely be below Treasure Map. Like, I think it's a tier lower. Like...
But I think it's above Loki's horns. All
It's
right.
just- okay.
White horse.
It's a white pony manager.
White horse.
I've even played this game.
White
Oh my
horse.
god, this guy.
White horse.
Anyway.
Okay, wait.
So
This is still
worse than
2 room.
regular pony.
Wait, this is 2 room charge, right?
Yeah.
This item, I actually like think, because this barely ever spawns, but like when you get this, okay, so this is an active item that gives you flight. I actually think this is a solid active item. Obviously,
It's really bad. It's worse than regular pony.
for sure.
Hear me out. Regular pony is 2 room charge to give you passive flight while you're holding it. And also you can do a dash. And white pony is 2 room charge. It gives you passive flight while you're holding it, and you can do a dash. And the dash also does like a crack the sky effect and everything, so it's clearly worse.
Clearly. Okay, I actually think. So we ranked Crack the Sky like way lower. We were originally gonna rank it way higher, but then like it was like literally the item that we both were convinced for like a little bit that it was really high, but then like kind of noticed that yeah, it kind of sucks.
Who cares? Okay, so the good thing with regular pony is that you got free costumes, you got flight, you got like a bunch of things. But the regular pony dash is not really good for combat. These
Not
are
really.
also good for combat.
This is really good for combat, I'd argue. So
It's everything that regular pony does, but it's good for combat too. It's like, okay.
I'd like to emphasize for big rooms, you charge this instantly. You use this on every big room and just sweep through the entire room, and just like nuke all the enemies in the row.
Wait, I'm gonna go in game a little bit. I am personally, I'm not a huge fan of combat items in general, so.
Well, that's fair, but
It's
at the end of the day, it's combat and it's flight passively.
Oh, you know, I like it for passive flight. I just wonder how good this is.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow,
it spawns a
hit the
lot.
spider at the bottom wall. How?
Yeah, it has a big hitbox. Look at this. Look, you
Actually,
just broke everything there. This is what I mean. It's a big hitbox. You're killing everything without even shooting right now. Look at this. You have yet to shoot. Now, granted, this one's. To be fair, you probably could have aimed that better, but yeah. That one's hard. But either way, like, even if you do miss everything, like, you're gonna hit some things, and then it'll just instantly charge in a big room like this.
On the boss. Wow.
I mean, yeah, it's really good against bosses. I actually think you could probably, like, do solid damage to, like, a womb boss with it. Oh, specifically Mom's Heart. That was pretty good.
Whoa.
That was pretty good.
Good.
was
That's
pretty
pretty good. Okay, here's the thing though. For a combat item, that's already like alright. But it's not just a combat item. It's also passive flight.
And it's
free-
like please
free
keep in mind that it's 2 room charge. You use this in rooms as well.
Yeah.
But most combat actives you have to save them for the boss. This one you can just use like all the time. And guess what? If you and you know what? You know what? This synergizes crazy with 9 Vault. Every single room you just use this.
I just this is kind of fun to spam.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh
so
yeah, and it's
anyone
also
doesn't know,
invincibility, yeah.
You can enter a curse room for free with the flight.
And then you get hit by a trouble.
Then I'm just gonna. And then you can leave with the dash. So
Yeah.
this is free curse rooms.
So free curse rooms, free killing all the bosses up to womb. Like I feel like you kill every boss up to womb, like in one shot. You probably don't kill Mom, and you might not kill the womb 1 boss in one hit. But
I've been testing them, Mom.
I kind of want to see like a Depths 1 boss.
Wow.
That's half of her health bar, dude. Like that's crazy.
I get like okay, if this was all the item did, like if it didn't give you flight, if it didn't.
Let me put it this way: if you have
to minimum 1.5,
let me put it this way.
Have bad speed with
Let me
flight.
put it this way: you have battery, you just one-shot her basically.
Yeah.
You actually do.
Yeah. If this was just that effect and there was no flight, there was no speed like increase or anything, I would say it's like whatever. But it's a minimum of 1.5 speed, and 1.5 speed is all you need for a run. That's actually all you need. So it's guaranteeing your speed is good. It is flight. It's free curse rooms. and it does half the damage to mom. Like, that's just like extra. It didn't even need that.
What can
Like,
you
that's
do?
why
Can you do a
regular
depth
already
one boss? Can you do a depth? Can you do a depth one boss? I want to see if it one shots.
Stage 5. That
Not
actually did
quite.
less than I expected.
Yeah, less time.
I think this boss is kind of tanky though.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking all that?
Still good damage though.
But yeah, I mean, I think the damage is just extra on top of all
Yeah.
of the passive effects you're getting.
Okay. So yes, I think it's the flight. Here's the thing. I already think its effect is actually close to Book of Shadows, but then it also passively gives you flight, so it's definitely better than Book of Shadows in my eyes.
I think that's overrating it, to be honest.
You think
I
so?
don't think the beam effect is as good as Book of Shadows.
I'm talking.
Book of Shadows.
I mean more so the invincibility, the
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that I think the activation of it is not as good as Book of Shadows.
like overall.
Oh.
It's 2-room charge. You use it so much more.
It's better for combat. It is more spammable. It's not good on blood donors. It's not. I don't think it's good into like late game bosses. While Book of Shadows, you are right that if you get like the right
Yeah.
Book of Shadows,
I guess
it's
you're
kind of
right.
immortal.
I guess you're
And
kind of right.
I personally, I think it's worse than Book of Shadows, and I would have Book of Shadows lower than where it is. But also, this item is extra things on top of it. I think it probably goes in B plus.
See, like, this is one of the items where it's like, when I get this, I always keep it the entire run. I actually don't think of...
I can see that.
I don't think there's many times where I pass on this item. And that's saying a lot for an active item. Like, it gives you flight, it gives you speed, it gives you a solid active item effect, considering it's 2-room charge. You use this in, like, so many rooms. And one-shot early game bosses. It's just really good. Like, unlike Crack the Sky, which is a little bit unreliable with its beams, you aim the beams.
You actually know exactly where the beams are going. They're always straight on your path.
And free cursed rooms.
And they have a kind of wide hitbox. Like, there were a few rooms there where I wasn't that close to the enemy and the beams still hit it. So...
I really want it A- personally. I just feel like that feels correct. Like, low A-.
I'm just wondering, like, we have Pony where it is in B minus. Is the beams really enough to make it 1.5 tiers higher?
I think so. Because the difference...
That's closer to 2 tiers higher.
The difference is so obvious to me, and it's the fact that the beams are actually a solid active item effect. Like, it's solid. I'm not saying it's...
Again, I think if you got rid of the flight and everything, then the active item effect is...
Duh.
Not
But
as, like...
Yes, obviously. But I'm saying... Okay, look. The beams themselves... Let's say I put this right above it for a second, right? The beams themselves are aimed. And you are effectively one-shotting all the early game bosses. You are dealing half of Mom's health bar with a 2-room charge item, which you could effectively do even better with battery synergy items. Or you have... This item is also crazy with Habit. You get hit twice, and then you get to use it again. Like, the beams just do a lot of damage, and it's such a low charge rate that I absolutely think it's worthy of a 2-tier change. Because the difference is, this is just flight in my eyes. This is a room clear nuke, along with flight.
Yeah.
Like, it room clears, and you can use it for free on big rooms, and it OHKOs early game bosses and does a lot of damage to late game bosses, and is actually good against final bosses if you have battery synergy.
I want to say good against final bosses, like, ever. Like, I could go back to my test. I don't think it's going to be doing much.
Give yourself 9 volt and Habit.
Right. Let me just check the wiki real quick. Does this scale your damage? It does 4 times your damage plus a flat 28. Okay.
I didn't even know it scaled with your damage. That's awesome.
Let's give, like, a few pentagrams.
Wait, that means it's going to do even more to Mom, then. Because you had base damage.
True, actually. That was not a fair comparison. We need to try that again.
That's actually crazy. I didn't know it stacked with your damage.
Okay, fine.
Wait, that was the damage it was doing with base damage. That's kind of crazy.
It doesn't do that much extra.
Oh shoot, I'm not
How did that? Okay, I knocked the wall. That's why.
To be fair, I didn't see how much it did originally, but
It did half originally, and now it's doing like 66% or something.
that's nice though.
What do you want to? Okay, I was gonna test Mother. Stage.
Mother's
A,
fine.
C. Okay, fine.
And then if you have habit and oh well, obviously it's not going to be good. No, this is
Oh, what? My health bar is not on. Oh.
no. You shouldn't. No, I was saying when you have battery synergy items,
Oh.
like give yourself 9 volt and habit. So just like whenever you get hit, it's just like it'll charge. I mean, look, like it just is. I mean, that's pretty. It's pretty good damage, yeah.
Although, the thing is, every time I'm using it, I'm guaranteed getting hit. Okay, I need to actually let this attack play
That
out.
is true. But like, it's just a solid amount of damage, like that you're getting multiple times in the fight. Like, let's say you have a whole health bar, like that's a lot of extra damage that you're doing for free.
Oh, come on! I just want it. Okay, this is annoying.
But look, you could even use it there to kill all the enemies.
I could.
I was aimed pretty poorly, but yeah.
Finish your attack, please. I want to try it because like I've been dashing into her like because
I want to let you know I've literally never seen that mother attack like in my life with the enemies.
I mean, if you do like that, you won't take damage, and oh, I don't have a charge now. If you do it like this, you won't take damage, and
like it's just solid. Like this is on top of your tiers, obviously. Obviously, it's like you're not attacking with only white pony. It's just a nice damage addition to what you're using, right? Like look how much damage that
around
does.
an eighth of her health.
Yeah, it's solid. Like it is solid. It is not bad. So this is kind of what I mean. Like the pony, the difference between the pony is very obvious to me because the pony is only flight in my eyes and free curse rooms. This is actually good at clearing rooms. Like it actually is good the entire run for clearing rooms because of the low charge rate. And it like does good damage to bosses throughout the entire run. Less good against final bosses for sure. But if you have the synergies for it, it's not bad. It really isn't. So I'm completely satisfied with having it the entire run. That mother attack, I've never seen that attack. I haven't seen that either.
It only happens on runs that have low damage.
Yeah.
Like I think it always happens. I've done some other tests before. It always happens at like a set interval, I think. But you never last that long. So.
Okay, so
anyway,
don't think of this as just flight because it actually like the thing is that yes, it's flight, but it's so much better than pony. Like it is obvious to me. You actually
it's doing like an eighth of Mother's health, which is not a lot.
But it's something.
But if you can use it multiple times, that's like a quarter of her health.
Okay, but I'm not even talking about the final bosses. I value this much more as a you're basically like stacking Necronomicon on top of it as well. Which is everyone's favorite item. But it actually does way more damage than Necronomicon against bosses as well, which is really relevant.
I would still say it's not quite A minus, but I think it's high B plus.
If it's at least above all the flight items, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
How about just top of B plus and we move on?
Just real quick, I actually think Forget Me Now. I mentioned it earlier. I think Forget Me Now should be A minus.
Fine. Okay.
That was easy. I think it being B plus. Oh yeah, Victor said maybe we have regular pony too low, and I could kind of see it.
That might be true. It is still nice. You get the free curse rooms, you get flight, good speed. That being said, I still don't think it's comparable to white pony. Like it sounds stupid because I know the only difference is the beams.
I agree, it's a big difference.
Right. I don't think it's
not like many tiers, right? I think you maybe put pony like above skeleton key. I think it makes a bit more sense to me.
That's fine.
Yeah.
This is fine, I think.
For a mid B plus, you don't value the beams that highly. I also don't value the beams that highly, but I think Mana might have a point.
You just
I'm still not
spam
sure
it.
if the beams are that much better.
No, but it actually just is though. You nuke rooms, and you nuke early game bosses, and you do solid damage to late game bosses. Like, it's actually okay as an active item to keep.
I think one reason this item doesn't feel as good to me is the context you pick it up in, but we're not ranking pickup context. With the context you pick it up in, you get it in womb, and by then I usually have enough speed and I have enough flight and whatever. While with regular pony, I usually don't have that stuff, and therefore regular pony feels better. But if we're not ranking pickup context, which we aren't for this list, we're just ranking how the actual items are compared to each other, like which one would you take? Then I think if you get this like earlier on the run, then this is like amazing.
Oh, it is. It just is.
I think with context, it's not. It doesn't feel as good, but I think if you're not counting the context, then it's very good.
I mean, this can still spawn besides the boss item, right?
No, it's only from conquest.
Really, it's only from conquest.
In womb 1, it has to be womb 1.
Well, here's the thing:
it's very rare because
here's
womb
the thing:
2, you don't have a.
It
boss.
seriously can never spawn anywhere else besides conquest.
Yeah, item pool, none. The only other spot is Death Cert. You can take it from Death Cert.
If that's the case, I do think we should count context. It actually cannot spawn anywhere else.
Yeah.
In that case, maybe it is a little bit worse. That being said, even in womb, because obviously I'm going off of my own experience with the item. Obviously, I must have only had it in womb, which makes sense because I feel like I only remember the late game with it.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. All of those tests, like against mom, like how much damage, that's never relevant. Like, it's actually never gonna happen unless you Archie or unless you take it from Death Cert.
That being said, I still value the room clearing quite a bit, but I will lower it because it cannot spawn earlier.
I was thinking of lowering it anyway, so yeah, I think it makes sense. We just lower it.
I still feel like, though, even though it isn't active, I still feel like it's more valuable than Lord of the Pit. I actually do. Like, I still think the beams in womb onwards are still really good room clear. And by the point of womb, you're going to have battery items from the shop in the earlier game. Like, at least one. I don't know. I feel like that feels correct. But it is still true that it's an active. I'm okay with it being below Lord of the Pit, but definitely not below Transcendence. That's just so wrong.
I was about to say, just put it below Lord of the Pit and then stop. So I think the fact that you said that already, I think we just leave it there.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
That was a difficult item, but we get there.
Wait, we made Sacred Heart? I didn't even realize this was so close.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me start with this one. I did a stream somewhat recently where I tested both Godhead and Sacred Heart, because my theory about Godhead was that it was... We're not at Godhead yet, but my theory is that those items are much closer than people think. Everybody looks at Sacred Heart and thinks, oh yeah, this item is significantly better than something like Godhead, or it's... Sacred Heart is... It's just one of like the super high tier items. So, Sacred Heart, how about you list off its descriptions? What does this item do?
Oh, you want me to... Okay. Everything. This item is like... It's nothing like too groundbreaking.
No, it's just okay.
A good thing.
Just okay, you know?
So, grants 1 red heart container and fully heals you.
Wait, heart container? Insane.
2.3 times damage multiplier. That is, I think, the biggest damage multiplier in the game. No, there might be a damage multiplier that's higher, but like is like conditional or like gives you a tears down or something, like a tears down multiplier. No, this is just straight up 2.3 times damage multiplier. +1 flat damage. Negative 0.4 tears. It's slightly increased. It's not a big deal. It's not much. It's not a multiplier. Down shot speed plus range. Actually, no, the range got removed. Never mind. It's not range. Detrimental. Doesn't give you range anymore. Grants homing. Basically, it's a lot of damage, and it's homing, and it's a full heal and a red heart container. Yeah.
So,
and it's just really, really good.
I would like to say right now, without the homing, it's actually probably only... It's actually probably just A+, honestly.
I would agree.
I think the homing on top of all that is crazy. Like... basically, you're giving yourself a better Cricket's Head on top of homing, which are right here. So combine Cricket's Head and homing and some other effects, and you got this insane item. I think it also stacks into every single other item. I see some people saying, is it top 5 though? This, I prefer. Now, I'm of the opinion, this and Godhead, which we haven't reached yet, maybe it's a spoiler, deserve top 5, but we have to do more tests. I would prefer that we leave it top 5 for right now, and then we can move it back down if other items prove better.
Well, lucky you. Actually, I won't spoil the top 5 yet. I won't spoil it. I'm not going to say what my top 5 is already. Godhead barely doesn't make the cut. There's one item I need to test if it's top 5 or not, and I haven't done that test yet. Assuming that item is top 5, then Godhead won't make the cut. If that item is not top 5, then Godhead will make the cut. But the item that makes the cut regardless, as number 5, is Sacred Heart for me.
Well, there you go.
It makes it as number 5, or it's number 4. It depends if that other item is in top 5 or not. But this does make it for number 5. I'm willing to have it top 5. It might change, but this is my number 5.
So, it's also... Victor also says 1/3 Seraphim. Can't believe you forgot about that. Ay.
Wait! That's my top 1. That's
top 1. That changes literally everything. Better than Death Cert, honestly. Does Death Cert have a chance on pickup to give Seraphim? I don't think so.
No,
anyway.
It doesn't. It's true.
Yeah, Sacred Heart. Okay. Like, again, I'd like to mention... So the thing that makes it comparable to Godhead, to me, is that they both have homing. When I was doing my test stream with those 2 items, I noticed something. I noticed that if you have... Because I picked up Genesis at some point. And I noticed, even though my draft for that Genesis run wasn't very good, I'm not really counting my Genesis draft at all for that. But what I did notice is that I would actually never use Genesis if I have either Sacred Heart or Godhead. I think if you have one of those 2 items, you never use Genesis. I think that's a throw. I think these 2 items are significantly better than Brim, Knife, and Epic Fetus, that it deserves a tier change. I think
it's
they're that good.
Weird how good Sacred Heart is, because you look at it and it's like, well, it's just a lot of damage and homing. It can't be that good. No, it is that good.
It actually mitigates the difficulty of the game. So that's why I think that was like a realization moment for me. Because I originally had Genesis in top 5, but then I realized, wait, why would I ever click the Genesis button when I have Sacred Heart or Godhead? They are just that strong, and they always are just that good. I feel very confident about that they're just that strong. And they're a lot stronger.
The thing with Sacred Heart is that there is never a time where it's bad.
Never.
Other items like Brimstone, there are items with Brimstone is a bit underwhelming compared to what you expect.
There are niche scenarios, and Knife too, and Epic Fetus. You never do not want Sacred Heart. Never. And it's the same for Godhead. There are some items that Godhead doesn't get the aura from, so you might want to ignore some items. But that's not really a negative of Godhead. That's a negative of the item. And plus, if you have an item, you're never going to deny Godhead. That's stupid. It has homing. And a damage up. Like, that's just stupid. It's homing at the end, at worst. Like, it's the same thing for both of them. You never don't want to pick them up. There are runs... For Brimstone, it's very niche at this point in Repentance. Like, they got rid of most of the anti-synergies for Brimstone. But it does happen. Sometimes you want to keep your tier spam build. It does happen. Maybe you don't want to have low range on Mom's Knife run, right? You don't... Like, if you're doing a Delirium run, for example. With Epic Fetus, maybe you want to keep your tier spam build instead of waiting for the aiming, right? Sacred Heart, never is there a time you don't pick it up.
Sacred Heart is just so consistently good.
It's just always amazing, and it stacks with every single run, no matter what. I think it deserves top 5 for now, at least.
Oh, one thing, and I'm not even joking, one thing that I think does push it over to Godhead is I already thought that in terms of the actual damage, that it's better than Godhead, but I'm not kidding. The full heal and Red Heart container sometimes has clutched me. It is sometimes being extremely clutch. I'm not even kidding.
I don't care about that at all, but whatever.
Okay, it doesn't sound like much. Like when you get this high on the items, it's like whatever. But it is still an aspect that is very strong. Like full heal, Red Heart and full heal is.
I would not say very strong. At this point on the list, I actually think that is irrelevant. Irrelevant.
I'm saying it's usually it's usually pretty strong.
If you're a Red Heart character, and if you're struggling, and... It doesn't
matter when you get this high, but it's still a thing that it just has, and it's good. Whenever you get use out of that full heal, it's really good.
Right.
I'm just saying it's an extra thing. Obviously, it's not the reason the item's good. the reason the item's good is homing and 2.3 times damage. But the full heal, don't sleep on it. The full heal can clutch you out like sometimes. It can do a lot. Sometimes.
We're not gonna get to Godhead for like another 2 streams, it looks like. But what I will mention about Godhead really quickly, just because I see some people slandering Godhead. Godhead, the realization that we had about Godhead is that Godhead probably saves more bad runs than Sacred does. Like when you have less items, Sacred Heart just stacks better into the late game. But to be fair, they both carry early game, so I'm completely fine with Sacred Heart being above. I just don't think the difference is massive enough for people to actually change. I personally think Godhead and Sacred Heart are always tied to each other. I don't care which one's above or which one's lower. They need to be right next to each other, and I will always fight for that.
So, yeah, I'm fine with them being next to each other. But I'm saying Sacred Heart is higher because I already think even without everything, it's slightly higher. And then the full heal is just like, why is this here?
It's just, I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, Godhead stinks because the aura is underwhelming. It is.
I also one of the items that Mana has convinced me on a lot. You can go back to the Angel list and see what I thought of Godhead. Godhead's one of them. I did not realize how good Godhead was. I just didn't realize. I knew it was good, obviously. I didn't realize it was that good.
It's very, very good.
But Mana convinced me. It's really good.
Yeah, it was second on Angel list as well for good reason.
You convinced me to put it there because I was putting it lower. But
I completely understand why Sacred Heart should be above it, but I just think they're so close. Like this, to me, they are so.
It's actually a lot. It's a lot closer than I thought.
To me, it's so close that it's comparable to the closeness of Brim and Knife for me, and I already think those two are extremely close.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Sacred Heart. There you go. That's awesome. Shoutouts. First top 5 item. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay. Now the next top 5 item.
Toothpicks. Actually, top 1.
This was the item that I was saying I need to do some testing on to see if it's in top 5. This, might
this is the item you need to do testing on. I had to test the tiers up in great detail.
It's the shot speed. I really want to know if that shot speed is like enough. Like
it's comparable to Sacred Heart, man.
It's all hinging on the shot speed. I mean, Sacred Heart's a shot speed down, and this is a shot speed up. So
is this
already like?
Is this a higher tiers up than Sad Onion?
It's the same. Okay, it's literally just Wycode Hanger with shot speed on it. So it's slightly higher, and that's it.
All right, let's move on. Holy Grail. It's HP and Flight, right? Plus Seraphim.
Yeah, HP and Flight. And it gives you Seraphim, yes, but like it's a bit redundant. You get the Soul Hearts out of the Seraphim, but you won't get
insane.
Insane.
Wait, so it's literally just a health up. It's actually, I actually think it's just here.
Yeah, okay, and now we move on.
No, like actually though, like it's just better than Eternal Heart.
I agree. We move on. It's Dead Dove. It's next to Spirit of the Night.
Yeah, because it's
except it's one position higher than Spirit of the Night, because Seraphim's just a better transformation than Life. Oh wait, no, wait. Maybe my logic's flawed, because we need to consider the context of how likely it is to get Seraphim or Leviathan.
You're actually right. Leviathan's easier to get. It's true.
Yeah. So it's actually like that.
True.
Okay, moving on.
So true.
Oh my god, it's Blood Rites. So this is the other item that we'll think of Insane for.
Oh shoot. Wait, what just happened? Oh no. Oh no.
Did you lose it? Oh no. We'll never find it.
Wait, where'd it go?
Mostly detrimental, which is very fitting. Let's just leave it there. No.
It's an active item. It deals damage to yourself and then there's room damage, right?
Yeah, it's really bad.
This is like literally, it's worse than Necronomicon in every single way.
So here's the thing.
How much damage does this do?
It still has the razor, like 40 or something. It still has the Razor Blade thing that you can use it to get into curse rooms, and I think that's the main reason that Razor Blade is where it is. Razor Blade would be trash if it wasn't for the curse room thing, and this can do the curse room thing. So it feels wrong to me, but I think it needs to be like right below. But I could actually see a little bit lower on the tier, because I think Razor Blade has more general use. Like if you want to Razor Blade in a boss fight to get some damage, I think that's relevant. But Blood Rites, like when are you ever doing that in a boss fight to get damage? No, you aren't.
I think it definitely goes trash. I think Razor Blade has enough scenarios where it's actually useful, aside from the Cursed Room application. And the Cursed Room, okay, I'll put it this way: without the Cursed Room application, I think it's here. Like actually,
Probably right.
And with the Cursed Room application, I don't think it comes out of trash tier. I think it's the top of trash.
You're probably right. I just wonder if that means Razor Blade's too high.
Well, no, because I feel like I see the world where you have a lot of red hearts, and especially in like in the boss rush room, or like just these long
boss
fights.
rush is a good point. It's good into boss rush.
It's good into long fights. Like, well, no, it's fine into Hush or something like that too. Because if you have a lot of red hearts, you probably benefit more from razor blading your red hearts that are.
Yeah, because razor blade after the first hit gives you it's only half a heart from that point onwards.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bit easier to spam. Well, if you're spamming blood rights, it's actually not going to do that much damage into bosses.
Like the damage up. Let's say you have even just like 2 red hearts. And you have like 8 soul hearts, you will definitely benefit more from getting the flat damage up and losing those 2 hits. I am very confident to say that. It is probably safer to get that extra damage than those extra 2 hits. Because you'll kill the boss faster.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, no, I agree. I think it's trash.
Oh, definitely. It's definitely trash, no question.
Guppy's hairball.
So this is like, we literally rank this as a Guppy item, and that's it.
Basically, it can block shots, but it isn't an orbital.
I tell you what, I would rank this, how I would buff this item is I think it should increase when it gets hit by shots.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Like, why not? Like, even when it's max size, it's not like it's that good.
But yeah, it's going to be like semi-high, like, because it's going to be in like B tier somewhere because it's a Guppy item, but
its actual effect is so irrelevant that I would actually put it in like E-. Like, it feels irrelevant enough to be comparable to Deadbird.
Probably put it in like E+, maybe D-. Probably.
I think you're overrating it. Does anybody actually use the hairball?
The hairball blocks shots occasionally.
Yeah, but like it's so. Again, the fact that it doesn't grow on tiers is very relevant because it's going to be minus size. Like, it's going to be the smallest it could possibly be against the Hush fight, for example. So
just swing it into Hush and then increase the size of it, and take damage while you do that.
I'm gonna be honest. This item is so relevant to me that I didn't even know it increased in size when you just like hit the boss with it.
Well, get good, I guess. Did you know that? At least I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if you're transformed into Guppy, the hairball spawns flies when you hit with it.
I did actually, because of the challenge.
Yeah, because of the challenge.
By the way, check out the challenge tier list.
True.
The challenge tier list is fire. Hold on. Anyway,
yeah, if Guppy's head is top of B-, then this needs to be in B-, because it can't go above Guppy's head, because Guppy's head is better. It's not that low.
But I feel like Guppy's head is actually solid. For like,
no, I think Guppy's head is on the low end in terms of. I think what happens is I think we overrate Guppy's head, in terms of the actual active part and not the 1-3 Guppy part. I think we overrate the active part because you take it because it's a third Guppy, and then it's like okay to have, and you end up.
Yeah, it's okay to have. Okay, to me, the flies are okay. They are okay at killing enemies. You know, the flies you spawn will probably kill like 1 to 2 enemies per room. It's a 1-room charge. I think it's fine. It's fine until you get another active item. It's fine to keep, right? And to me, that's all I care about. It does something, right? It's actual use. I actually do not value the use of this item at all. I think the blocking tiers is cap. I don't think it happens enough to actually be relevant.
I would take 1-3 Guppy over Luigi, the Spectral with Luigi board. I would rather have 1-3 Guppy.
That is pretty accurate, I feel like. We could do that.
Would I rather have 1-3 Guppy over Mom's Purse? Maybe not.
No.
I think that makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense. Okay.
Able.
I've seen. Oh my god.
This is like the greatest item of all time. Are they gonna buff Able? I hope they do.
They might. In this next update that's coming up, that actually might happen. That's very.
By the way, everybody stay tuned in because we're gonna be doing a item buff tier list.
Yeah. There might not be a stream that week because of that. Because the update comes out like basically like the day before we would do a list, and we're gonna end up recording it and not streaming it. So we might not be doing a stream that week, or we might do it on like a different day. But yeah, we're gonna do a thing. Anyway, Able.
I mean,
Able is
This is okay. No matter how much damage it actually does, which I do not think is great,
It's not.
I think no matter what, it is definitely below the other familiars, like 100%. I actually think it might be comparable to Deadbird in terms of irrelevance.
Yeah. I mean, what you're not considering is that if you're Kane or Tainted Kane, it does 7.5 damage per shot
Yo,
instead of 3.5 per shot.
insane.
It's a huge difference.
Insane
I think
difference.
maybe it is just right there. Okay, fair enough. It's Abel, man. What is there to say about Abel?
Super Meat Boy fan. Fun fact: when I played Rebirth for the first time, I thought that this was Super Mario Bros. Fan. But yes, it is Super Meat Boy fan.
This item is
All stats up.
it's all stats.
What
And it's a
are-
full heal. and that's
What is
nice.
the damage
let's-
up that it gives? What's the tiers up that it gives?
Let's see exactly what you get. Oh, I think that's the same as Halo. Hold up. Let me compare to Halo. I think it's actually the same.
It's actually the exact same, really.
The damage and tiers is. Yeah, the damage and tiers is the same. The +1 health is the same. The range is higher than Halo, which is not that relevant, but it is. The speed is less, actually. The speed is a little bit less. Only a little bit less. I would say, and also this is a full heal, and Halo is just a 1 heart heal. I would say it probably is just right there then. Is it high? Is the full heal enough to make it? I do unironically value the full red heart heal sometimes.
I don't think it's enough to move it up a place, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Is
it?
I don't find that. The thing is, the higher up you get in the list, those minor effects just do not equal a higher placement.
You are kind of right. You are kind of right. They can break ties. Like it would break a
Yeah.
tie over Halo. but
Exactly.
don't
No, I
think-
agree. Like, if these had the exact same stats, obviously this goes higher because the full heal. But
I would say Halo's stats are very slightly better. I think I would rather have the slight extra speed than the slight extra range. However, I think the full heal does bump it over Halo. But I think that's it.
if that's the case, I actually think Halo should be above.
No, it's only 0.1 speed difference,
And that's fine, whatever.
and you're losing 1 range for
Um,
Halo. So it's like
Pyro, 99 bombs.
99 bombs. Give me a sec.
What? Okay, well, the great thing about Pyro, it's definitely immediately at least above Skeleton Key. I think having 99 bombs is vastly more useful
I
than
think it's
having
way
99
better than
keys.
Skeleton Key.
Yeah, it's way better than
think
having
having-
99
yeah.
keys. I'm just saying because they're, they give 99 of an item.
Yeah.
Just having 99 bombs, like, it is basically infinite bombs, but the funny thing about this is that you could actually use all these bombs.
You actually can. I find that you get it and you're like, oh, I can bomb everything. I'm gonna check for crawl spaces, and then suddenly you have no bombs left.
Bombs are just really useful. You could spam them. They're good into bosses. The thing is, when I get an item like this, I actually start using bombs on bosses. I do not use bombs on bosses typically.
Yeah.
But when I get this, I do. It's kind of like having a golden bomb for every floor. For a bit. Like I said, you can run out, but it's fine. You find all the secret rooms. You just have infinite, like, not infinite, but you have so many bombs. I would even say it is better than... I actually think it might be better than damage ups. Is that crazy?
I'm not against it. I think it makes enough sense.
I mean, it's just a lot of bombs. You are gaining items that you couldn't have gained before. Like, I guarantee you, in a normal run, you cannot get every secret room. Like, you just can't. Like, either you miss the secret rooms, and you just run out of bombs. Like, you just don't have enough bombs to find all the secret rooms. With this, you probably won't. Like, you'll always have enough bombs to find all the secret rooms. So you're actually just getting more items.
Yeah.
In every tinted rock, in every single situation where you need a bomb, this will do it, right?
All of that to lose everything to the bomb beggar.
It's so true. I've had this so many times and wasted every bomb to the bomb beggar. It's so upsetting. God, I hate the bomb beggar.
I'm not sure if it's higher than... It's weird because Lord of the Pit's here. It's like, I would have these flight items higher. I would definitely take flight over bombs, but it's like...
But is that accurate, though? Like, this is 99 bombs. It's funny because we have the 10 bombs all the way down here. But I think it's such a massive difference. Like, the reason why this feels so much stronger than that is because, like, you use your bombs, and then you're still going to gain those bombs back. You just have you just have so many bombs that when you use 10 bombs in a floor, you'll just gain, like, let's say 4 bombs back that floor. And then guess what? You're at 94 bombs for the next floor. Like, the few bombs that you get every floor is basically going to make it somewhat infinite. Whereas 10 bombs, you're just going to go through those 10 bombs, and it is what it is.
Well, no, I'm just saying that flight is good for, like, clearing rooms and stuff.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think you definitely...
and the mark are better. I would say...
I think you definitely get more benefit, like more pickups and more just stuff out of bombs than you do out of flight. And I don't even think it's close, actually.
Again, we just have flight in very different positions, because I would have flight, like, way higher up in this tier.
But, like, how could you argue that, though? Like, you definitely get more stuff than bomb with the extra bombs.
I'm not arguing that. I'm arguing that flight gives you consumables, and it helps in rooms, while bombs...
Yeah, but bombs do, too. You can bomb through doors now, like, super free. You can... I mean, hell, you can use bombs against enemies at this point. I don't know how often that would be, but...
Yeah, but I think that flight just for combat is better. And then also, you're still getting a lot of consumables with your flight. It's not 99 bombs, but it's still a lot of consumables.
Anyway, where do you want to put it?
Anyway. I think a bit further down this tier. I think it's the right tier for it. I'm just thinking... I'm looking at like 9 volt. Would I rather have this or 9 volt? That's hard.
It depends. I think 99 bombs is always very nice to have. Whereas 9 volt, if you don't have a solid active item to make use of it, then, you know.
Maybe this goes, like... I think maybe this goes... I think the pact is 100% better. I'm not sure about...
If you think it's below these two, then that's fine by me.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
That's fine. Dollar bill. Okay, so it's funny because we ranked the rainbow baby this low. I actually think this item is super good.
That's pretty good, yeah.
This is definitely a feeling kind of beat, but it's mostly detrimental for sure. No, I don't know. It just always feels like the moment I pick this up, I'm actually steamrolling, and I don't know if that's just like high roll or not. I just feel like when you have no tier effects, this is just so obviously like a massive upgrade.
I also feel like I pick up this item and it feels pretty good. Let me read out which items it has in rotation, and I've already realized, you will realize why it's good. It has 8-inch nails, 2020, apple, ball of tar, continuum, cricket's body, dark matter, dead eye, death's touch, euthanasia, explosivo, eye of Belial, firemind can be bad, holy light, iron bars, whatever, little horn, lost contact, mom's contacts, mom's eyeshadows, whatever, mom's perfume, mutant spider, my reflection, mysterious liquid, number 1, Luigi board, parasitoid, proptosis, pupillary duplex, which is basically just spectral, rubber cement, Sagittarius, which is piercing, Scorpio, which is poison, sinus infection. Why speedball in here? What? That is not fitting. Why speedball here? Spoonbender, inner eye, parasite, Saturn. That's like whatever as well. Why Saturn here? The Wiz. That was bad. And tough love. A lot of those I listed were very good items.
Right. I'm wondering. Okay, I want it to be at least comparable to tough love. I don't know. Tough love is really good and it's consistent. So it's hard for me to just flat out say that it's better than that. But I feel like some of the effects of the random tiers like are just so massive. Okay, I don't know exactly how this works. So if you roll into tough love, for example, are all your shots then tiers, or is it just the same like chance for tough love to happen?
I'm pretty sure it's as if you had tough love, so it will like be luck based. Pretty sure.
See, I think if I'm being fair, it has to be below, because the consistency.
Oh no, placenta theorem's coming in. There's a placenta theorem on this. While not directly a tier effect, $3 bill can rotate through Lucky Foot, which may be used to take only positive pills.
What?
So if you have
Wait, why does it
down,
have Lucky Foot? That makes no sense.
If you use the tears down pill, for example, and you have an identified pill that's negative, you can hold on to that negative pill, and eventually it will turn into a positive pill, briefly. And in that window, you can use it.
Wait, I actually didn't know that. I don't think that that's placenta theorem. I actually think you could just hold a pill until you see in the bottom right.
So what won't work is that you don't know when you have Lucky Foot active unless you can get a negative pill and show that it turns into a positive pill. So if you have an unidentified pill, you can't Lucky Foot it because
That's true.
It's unidentified.
That's true.
You know what you could do? The first time you find a negative pill, when you re-find that negative pill, hold on to it.
Yeah, and then hold on to it and then wait until it says the positive effect.
No, you don't even have to use it for the positive effect. It might be something mediocre. It might be like... So I think like X-Lax turns into something's wrong or something like that, right? It's like whatever, like you don't care about something's wrong. But you hold on to this X-Lax and you have other unidentified pills in your floor. And when your X-Lax turns into a something's wrong, you drop it and pick up the other pills and use those. And now those pills will be positive, even though they were unidentified.
That's a strat, by the way. I actually do think it's better than Tough Love. And my reasoning behind that is that I think this is going to save a bad run.
Someone has a way better way of what I was just trying to do. Someone just said you can notice the luck up. Yeah, you can just look at your luck stats.
That's what I've been trying to say this whole time, Turt. You just see the positive effect. Like, it's not that complicated. It really is not that complicated.
I don't think you said the positive luck.
What do you mean?
You can see the luck up that
from Luckfoot, yeah. So you just wait until that shows up.
You don't need a negative pill already.
Yeah.
You can do it on
You can just wait until you get the luck up from Luckfoot.
Yeah. No, I would still say the bit placenta theorem because this means that you have to wait on every pill until Lucky Foot happens. To be
Not
optimal.
necessarily. You could just like hold the... Like, basically, until you find another... Like, if you don't have another card that you're saving, you could just hold it until you see it. Like, it's not... this is not exactly placenta theorem. Like, you could play the game and just, like, do it whenever you see it, right?
Yeah.
But the placenta theorem, you only think it's so high, assuming you wait after every single floor for your health bar to fill up. It's completely different. You could still play the game and still make use of that strat. Okay, anyway, my argument for this item being above Tough Love is that I think this is going to save way more bad runs than Tough Love will. Because on pickup, Tough Love is good, but it's not like... I don't think it's a game changer. Whereas I feel like if you have a bad run, the what the frick is this item called again? $3?
$3 bill, yes.
$3 bill. What a freaking weird item name. I think the $3 bill can absolutely save a bad run. I don't think Tough Love really saves a bad run, unless you're lost.
Another thing, actually. You get a different effect every 2 to 3 seconds. So they're only active for a short amount of time. But it actually selects 2 of the effects. So all of those items are listed out. You get 2 of them at a time.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
The chance that you have something good is quite high. Like, a lot of the items I mentioned were a brown Tough Love level or better. Like, they were good items.
And you get 2 of them.
At a time.
That's actually... So I completely forgot about the 2 items. It's definitely better than Tough Love. It's not even close. So I think Tough Love is only better if you're the Lost, because obviously Perfection Tough Love is just really good. But even then, is that true? Because if you're lost, right, don't most of the effects have luck-based effects? So aren't you getting 2 perfection-based effects at once?
A lot of these effects actually aren't that good. Apple's good. Tough Love is good. Parasitoid really good. But a lot of these are like...
They're more just like...
not based on luck.
Okay.
Like Little Horn isn't... Firemind is in rotation, and as a loss, that could be scary.
Yeah.
With Perfection. That could actually blow you up.
Honestly, with $3 bill, I just stay far away, assuming I always have Flaming Mind, so it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah.
The play with this is just to assume you always have Fire Mind, and you're just fine. You just stay far away.
Yeah.
I definitely think it's better than Tough Love. I actually don't even think it's close. In fact, now that I really completely forgot that it was 2 effects at once. I actually think it's better than... I definitely think it's better than Piercing, but I think Piercing's lower. Is it better than Bloodlust? Is that a crazy take? I think it might
So
be.
the weird thing is, I was not expecting this item to be this high, but I have to agree with it. It actually, like, the lucky foot thing as well.
That's true. I mean, hell, since you see the luck, you could even freaking... It's so weird that it turns into luck foot. But because you could just see the luck stat, you could actually just, like... I mean, this is placenta theory, so I'm not going to count it too much. But, like, you could actually play arcade machines with it.
Yeah, you only have it for around 2 to 3 seconds, so you can hit the fortune machine once in that time.
Insane. Insane. Okay, no, but, yeah, I definitely think it's more run saving than bloodlust because it works on every character. On the Lost, it's really good because of perfection. Not better than Tough Love with Lost specifically, but on all characters, I definitely think it's a lot better. I think, shoot, it actually might be more run saving than Polyphemus. Is that crazy?
Why is this item, like, so good?
It gives 2 solid tier effects. Is it better than tech?
This feels wrong.
Okay,
crazy.
But unironically though, when you pick this up, don't you just feel like you've just won? Like, it's kind of weird, but like, you just get so much more power. Even though it's random.
Someone in chat said $3 bill is one of the items that I hate to see, but once I pick it up, it actually seems really good for some reason.
It does! No, it actually does. I think the reason why it's so strong is specifically because it gives 2 effects. I was wondering why it felt so strong to me, but it's so true. It's because of the 2 effects stacked on top of each other. You're effectively getting 2 items at once. And all
it's lucky foot if you're optimal. It's literally all positive pills. Like, okay, PhD for all positive pills. Because Lucky Foot has the machines. I think the machines with this is a bit unreasonable, but the pills is reasonable. PhD is all positive pills, and that's in A tier. It also gives effects that are like similar level to Tough Love, and that's also in A minus tier, like in a similar position. But it's both of those. It's 2 items.
It's 2 items. And it's Eye of Belial, so it could have piercing. It has homing sometimes. I think it might be better than technology. I don't think it goes better than Dr. Fetus, because Dr. Fetus, it doesn't have a bomb effect that could like blow through doors and stuff like that and have infinite bombs. But I think it has more run saving potential than tech. Tech is piercing.
Have we lost it, Mana?
We might have lost it, but hear me out though. My logic is sound. With $3 bill, you have so much more DPS than tech, and that's just true. Like, tech has consistent piercing for sure and good synergies, but $3 bill will actually just give you so much more DPS that it'll save a bad run more than tech.
Let's go into game with this. Let's just sanity check, okay? Let's sanity
check real quick. This is so funny, bro. This is so funny.
Bill. I'm also gonna give myself. How do I spawn a pill in? I'm just gonna give myself mob spawn all the pills. I'm just gonna spawn a pill, and we're just gonna like look at my luck stat, and then I'm gonna instantly. Oh, I think it went up for a second, but then it. I went into a room and it like reset it. So I was like, I got parasite right now.
Like, you get the dark matter, you get a damage up. Yeah, like, you just get DPS. The size, that's piercing! And the Eye of Belial's in there too. Homing's in there. Like, and this happens all the time.
Busted?
It is busted early. No, it actually is busted early game. And it's solid late game.
I have rubber cement. It's kind of good.
Like, this is one item, and you're just, like, kind of stomping through these rooms.
Oh, Gurgling's the hardest boss in the game. I hate Gurgling.
Insane. Yo, Euthanasia running up. But yeah, I mean, Euthanasia is a really good perfection item as well.
I've been... Okay, I walked into the creep because I keep looking at my luck stats trying to notice when it goes up, and I'm barely looking at the game. The first room that I played with this, I almost got hit to those, like, really easy enemies because I was looking at my luck stat the entire time.
I don't know, man. Look at that, the charm. It was insane. And you got a quad shot? Oh my god. I don't know, man. It's pretty freaking good.
Right, let's go to a later floor. Let's go to let's give pentagram. Let's give some damage. Like, let's just have a standard run. Give wire coat. Like, let's just
because if you have no tier effects, this just effectively just always gives you 2 tier effects, and that'll stack really good with a normal run. Look, you got Fire Mind here. Yeah, but it's good. Like, again, as long as you're playing at a...
from that brain.
Honestly, Fire Mind's really good. I think if you get hit by it, like, constantly, then that's just skill issue. It actually is. Like, it's so easy to avoid Fire Mind. Like, I don't consider I don't consider that a negative at all for a $3 bill.
How did I get hit? I'm bad at the game.
Euthanasia was
But
good
I got
there.
euthanasia and it just killed the enemies. I think my luck went up again as I went into a different room. I think this happened again. I will get the lucky photo. It will happen. I'm bad at the game.
Look at that! That holy shot was insane! It killed everything!
Now I have sides.
It actually
I
is
don't
just
know.
a DPS up, though.
Maybe we're not crazy. Maybe it's actually just good.
I think it's definitely worthy. I actually think it is better than technology. I don't think it's better than Dr. Fetus, though.
Oh wait, I got my luck. Oh no, I have permanent luck up. I literally just waited, I noticed the luck up, and then I got that pill.
Oh, well, hey, there you go. You did it in the short testing time. Which, honestly, it's not that crazy. This does not need to follow placenta theorem, because...
It took 2 minutes.
Yeah,
So,
it's
like, how many pills are you actually gonna have?
The thing is
If you
that
want a
your
full
tiers,
you're gonna get all your pills.
your effects change every, what, 2 seconds, right? 2-3 seconds?
For 3 seconds, yeah.
So yeah, it happens consistently enough that it's not even really placenta theorem. Like, you just see your luck up go, and then boom, pop the pill.
I'll propose this for a bit and just go close and kill everything.
I think it is...
Oh my god, that pill! Wait, it happened again! Did you see that? I used that
I wasn't
pill.
in.
So
I wasn't
firstly,
in, no.
that proved that luck up pill I took with the PhD that was unidentified, that was actually a luck down. But not only that, as soon as I used it, it turned into a luck up again. I just got another luck up.
Insane!
This actually already gave me 2 luck ups from
You got
PhD.
2 luck ups from holding $3 bill. Like, flat. It's actually Luckfoot in disguise.
It's actually Luckfoot.
That's actually crazy. Because, again, like, this does not feel like placenta theory to me. Because you can just hold the pill. And then, like, do the floor until it happens. I think it is above technology and we keep it there.
It's so weird.
It is weird,
That's so
and it feels wrong, but at the same time, it feels right.
It's right. It's directly above regular dollar bill right now, like vertically. And
That is awesome. We must keep it like this
that's
forever.
like,
It's satisfying to my OCD, so that's why it's there.
I would say this requires DPS testing, but I don't even know how you DPS test this. Yeah, it'd be very inconsistent. You just...
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like... Okay, here's the thing. It might not be as consistently good DPS-wise as technology, but if we can even compare it, and also it's sometimes Luckyfoot, like Luckyfoot is where it is, and PhD is where it is, just for the positive pill effects, and no DPS.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
this is...
and this is
pills
that.
Plus DPS.
it's definitely at least above Luckyfoot, I think.
I think it has to be. I think because it is positive pills plus DPS, it just has to be where it is. I think that's actually right, and it's crazy. I did not think this item would be top of A-, but I think it's correct, question mark? Have we lost it?
The later men are convinced. The
I-
later men are convinced.
Have we lost it?
I don't think
Wait,
I've lost it.
make-
Every single time I pick this up, it is so noticeable, and it is always... It is actually game-changing. It sounds stupid, but it actually is.
We're gonna do a poll in a while. Do a poll, just have we lost it?
Have we lost it?
Yes, no.
Okay, I don't want to put that because people will just say yes to
Yeah.
just to be meme. Is $3 bill worthy? Something like that.
Yeah.
Or worthy, high A-.
By the way, can we, while the poll's going on, can we please put chocolate milk back in A+? It feels wrong where it is now.
Whatever.
Thank you.
Yes.
Crazy. How is this item?
No.
Also, I think
Later manner.
we'll go ahead and rank the next item while that poll's
Right.
up.
I always really like $3 bill.
I've always thought it's like, okay, no, I haven't always thought it's right. I've always been pleasantly surprised whenever I pick it up.
I do
I'm
just
always like,
think
oh,
it's
this is what I
really
want.
good.
And I pick it up as good. And I forgot about the Luckyfoot thing, so I haven't even been doing that optimization. I'm definitely gonna do that.
Oh yeah, that's so easy. I haven't been doing that either. But I think its DPS
So,
up
like-
is really good. But it looks like most people are saying no, Latermen are throwing. I don't know. I think chat's thinking a similar way to like how we think. Because I also do not feel like it's comparable. Like when it comes to feeling. But like when I think about it logically, I actually do just think it's better than tech.
By the way, what do you think of Parasite maybe going to the bottom of A minus? Or do you think it's a B plus item? Parasite's really weird.
Parasitoid.
Parasite to the bottom of A minus.
Parasite. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting what that item does.
It's the one that gives you split shots.
I don't know. It feels comparable to. Oh wait, this is Parasite, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know what I was thinking. This item's really weird because we both think it's really good, but it also just like feels like it isn't. Like when we did the
I don't
test,
know.
we could just leave it there for now.
I'm just wondering if it's like higher up in B plus at least.
Dunno. Would say that tech's varying synergies. You know what? I'm kind of okay with tech being above. Because the consistency, the max... I think the max range also helps tech a lot. Because technically, the $3 bill doesn't really have the range unless you roll, what's it called? The purple tiers? I forget what they're called.
Continuum, yeah.
Continuum tiers, yeah. I am actually okay because of synergies and max range and piercing, like consistently. I'm okay to put tech above.
That makes sense. But now it's not directly above dollar, so unplayable.
There you go.
No, put it back. No, not like this.
We can just do
Not
that.
like this.
There you go. There you
No,
go.
Push shadows back where it belongs.
No,
Stop.
no. This is deserved, actually.
Nah, no.
Right, there you go. Just like it deserves.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Mana. Mana,
right.
stop. Stop, Mana. Thank you.
Okay, Telepathy for Dummies.
what's
Hey,
up?
Telepathy for Dummies is really good. We ranked this before.
Yeah, it's good. I think this is one of the better. I mean, homing's really good, and it's a 2-room charge item, so it's free to use in big rooms. And homing is good in big rooms because there's more room.
At the very least, it is better than Book of Belial. Because we've already determined that in a previous list.
It's also better than Monster Manuel.
I agree.
It's also. I honestly think this item is like B plus active. Am I crazy? Have I lost it?
2-room charge homing. It is very good. And it'll...
You get 9 volt, and this is now Spoonbender. In an
It actually is Spoonbender with 9 volt is the crazy... Granted, you have to... Obviously, there's the opportunity cost of losing your active slot.
Yeah.
But
homing's really good.
homing is very good. I mean, it's as high
Homing
as
for
it
the
is for a
final boss
reason.
at least.
In most rooms.
And quite a lot of rooms you can use it, yeah.
It's hard because it does use an active slot. And I don't think it's really comparable to Book of Shadows at all. It's weird because with active items, like the White Pony is an exception because like obviously it has flight and everything. I feel like it's hard for an active item to go in B plus because like this is kind of the split off point. I feel like where active items are just not. They either have to be good enough to
They need to
warrant.
they need to meet the.
They need to
be
meet
good
the
enough to
minimum. They need to meet the minimum requirement, which is I'd say like Book of Shadows, to keep the entire run. And I don't think Telepathy for Dummies is that.
I think Telepathy for Dummies is very often an active that I end up keeping.
You can,
Never
but
gets settled.
I think it's because you don't find anything better, which is fine. But I don't think.
True.
I just think like it is good. Like there's no doubt. Like it's homing. And it's obviously Bookworm, but you know all the books have Bookworm.
I feel like it's like high B minus at least. It's definitely better than. Okay, well, Guppy's head has Guppy on it, but yeah, actually, Guppy's that's not comparable.
Yeah,
Guppy's
Guppy is too
one
good.
Guppy.
Is the problem.
Yeah. Okay, maybe this is like comparable to deck of cards then.
I'm more okay with that. I actually think I could even put it above Deck of Cards.
I think so. It's also a third bookworm, which helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It is just really good for early game, and it's good late game. If it's fine, like okay, well no, it is actually still good late game. Like it just is, but it's not like
What's bothering me? I think Spectral is too high. Luigi.
it might be.
I feel like Luigi probably needs to go like below Pony. Like I think
are you
Ivy
talking
bag
about?
deck cards like.
It's also a Tears Up. It's Tears Up plus Spectral though.
Yeah, just it's not that much tears, I don't think.
But it's like it's a DPS up plus Spectral.
That's not terrible in terms of tiers. Hmm.
Let's just do that. Let's just do that.
Yeah, that's fine actually. That's fine.
I'm okay with this telepathy for dummy spot. I feel like this is accurate.
I think that makes sense. Okay.
I'm also okay with putting it above Guppy's Hairball, but maybe it's just because I don't like Guppy's Hairball.
It is a guppy item, so it's a bit weird to put. Would I rather have a third guppy or telepathy?
Telepathy also gives you Bookworm.
I could see it. Don't just move deck of cards. I don't think deck of cards is, but I can see maybe telepathy. Maybe. I'm not sure.
That's fair enough.
I mean that's fine. We can leave it like that.
Okay. Schmeat.
Okay, it's minor damage up and it's health. So, how much damage is it? It's really not much.
Is it half as much as a normal damage up?
It's plus 0.3, which is the same as Charm of the Vampire.
That is really bad.
But it's a health up. So it's definitely above, like, stem cells and everything. I think... actually, isn't this the same as Stigmata? I think it's the same as Stigmata. Like, I think it's actually exact same. Let me check.
Oh, is it really?
I think so. It is. It is exactly the same as Stigmata. Okay, wait, so we need to do the tiebreaker. Which one has a better spin down effect, okay? This is important.
No. More importantly, does meat have binge eater effect?
No, it doesn't.
Damn it!
What is Stigmata's spin down? Stigmata spins down into Remote Detonator. But meat spins down into Telepathy for Dummies, which is higher on the tier list. Therefore,
Let's go,
yes.
Schmeat! Let's go,
Yeah.
Schmeat! Let's go! Alright.
Okay. What's
8 ball.
next? 8 ball. I really like the buff to this item. Is it really cool?
Planetarium chance.
Yeah.
And it gives shot speed. Whoop-de-doo. Doesn't it also drop a card?
Yes, it drops a card. But yeah, the buff was that planetariums exist now, and this can give you planetarium chance.
How much
Or it does
planetarium
give you
chance is it again?
It is 15%.
It's not bad.
And that's like not even skipping an item room. Like you just get 15%.
Detrimental. I don't
you
want
just get-
planetariums. No. Let's see. Okay, wait.
Yeah,
Hear
give
me
you a
out.
card.
Hear me out. This leads to Neptunus. Insane.
Top 5.
Honestly, I just want to put this out there. Because I know we're not gonna get to it for a million years. I had a realization that I think Neptunus is actually high insane. Is that crazy?
Maybe.
Because like the crazy thing about Neptunus is that it actually stacks with tears ups. Like it's past tier cap at base, and then it'll stack with more tears ups and damage and tier effects, obviously.
Yeah, it might be A+, like a bunch of other damage multiplier types. I need to see what its damage is compared to stuff like Mutant Spider.
Right.
But yeah, I could, yeah.
Anyway.
It might be low insane. I don't think it's high insane. Anyway.
I think it might be. I don't know. Anyway. I don't know where to put this. Where do you want to put it? It's kind of
This
weird.
is having this feel like you are going to find a planetarium, and I agree. I feel like you almost always get a planetarium with this. Okay, it depends. If you get it really late, if you find this really late, you're not going to get a planetarium. But if you find it early enough,
You'll find it early enough because you'll find it early enough because it's a boss item.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's weird because like it's whether or not you get a planetarium, whether or not this is good is based on if you get a planetarium. If you don't get a planetarium, it's like kind of garbage. But I do feel like you get a planetarium, like, often enough. I feel like C tier makes sense. I think it's better than the C minus, like, HP ups. I would rather have this, because like, the chance to get a planetarium is decent. But then, it's not quite, like, I would rather have a tiers up, I think, because a tiers up is just, like, benefit right now that is guaranteed.
Oh, definitely.
So I think C plus is the right range for this. I don't know where in C plus.
I actually think I would put it at the very bottom of C+, because I actually was thinking
Very-
C minus.
Hmm.
And I don't really...
Okay, I think...
Okay, it's kind of hard to explain, but, like, it just feels like an item that leads to another possibility of something happen. I don't know, man. Because, I mean, like you said, it's still possible for you to not get the planetarium, even with this.
Yeah.
And that sucks. Then it's literally just a useless item.
I mean, shot speed, though...
Shot speed, though. That card is going to be
they put a
insane.
stigmata on me. Actually, that might be right. Maybe it's below stigmata on me.
I actually think it could even be below Charm of the Vampire. I don't even like Charm of the Vampire.
I think that goes there. Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Bunch of pills.
Mom's coin purse.
I feel like at the point where this actually is okay is early game. Like, it's fine. You get this from like an early game boss, and like you unveil a bunch of pills instantly.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's random pills. Obviously, combines really good if you do have like PhD or Luckfoot. I mean, hell, if you're Kane, this item is really cracked. Just to get. I think it's probably more benefit, honestly, than the chance of a planetarium. Is that crazy?
I disagree. I think the planetarium's definitely better.
Yeah, you might be right, but it's not. It doesn't equal a planetarium at all times.
I'm saying the chance. I would rather take the gamble on the planetarium than take the gamble on the pills.
You might be right. I don't think it's worse than an HP up. I really don't.
I think it is worse than an HP up. I actually think this is like...
Well, it's good on every character. It is actually really good on Kane, but that's just one character.
I think this is whatever a lot of the time. I would definitely rather have HP for sure. Can you scroll down a little bit? I need to see the lower tiers.
You actually might be right.
Would I rather... I think I would just rather have like a speed upgrade. And I would rather have... Now, range is trash. This might be a D+.
Maybe you're actually right. Maybe I was overrating it. I think I'm thinking of high rolls specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, unveiling pills is always nice, but it probably goes around here. Is that fair?
I think maybe a bit lower. I think I'd rather have the bomb items.
I actually agree.
Maybe this is D-, actually. Like high D-. Or it could be low D+.
It's below the range ups and no lower.
I think it's higher than the range ups.
Okay.
I hate the range. Range sucks. The pills will get me range. Trust.
Trust. That's fine. Okay. Squeezy.
Squeezy. Let me just... Sorry, I'm still doing the timestamp. So
literally, like, high tier boss pool item. Who doesn't love a good Squeezy? You get 2 soul hearts, you get
Squeezy's
tears
great.
up.
It's 2 soul hearts, and the tier rate is not that good. It's like half of a sad onion, but it's 2 soul hearts.
I actually didn't realize it was that much worse than a sad onion.
It's plus 0.4 tiers, and sad onion is plus 0.7, so it's only slightly over half.
2 soul hearts is so nice though. I feel like at the point where you get it, it's actually like the 2 soul hearts are more benefit than the extra tier rate.
Yeah, I would say it is. I would say it's comparable to the tiers ups because of the 2 soul hearts. It makes up the difference.
Right.
I would actually say Luigi board is plus 0.5, which isn't that much better than 0.4, and I would rather have 2 soul hearts than spectral. Or at least it's close. So I think, yeah. Now, would I rather have deck of cards or Squeezy?
I think Squeezy.
I agree, and I think it's right there. Okay.
Okay, but
yeah.
I'd rather have Squeezy than the chance at Guppy. You get tears
No,
and
I
2
think-
soul hearts. 2 soul hearts are so
Yeah,
good. Soul hearts are so good, bro. Trust.
I think I would take a guppy item.
It depends on the context. In a devil run, maybe, but not all the time.
I think I would take a guppy item.
So if okay, you have no guppy items. You're floor 4. You take the hairball over Squeezy.
Depends how much health I have. If I'm low on soul hearts, I take Squeezy. If I am high enough on soul hearts, like I have like 2 or 3, I'm taking hairball.
All right, whatever.
Am I? Oh, actually,
I
how many
think
soul hearts would I need?
I think
Before I
Squeezy
know
is just so nice. Like you pick it up and then you get extra health and some tears ups. Like
Well, actually, can you scroll down a bit? I feel like if we're ranking soul hearts that well, then super bandage probably has to go up.
I think there's a massive difference between 2 red heart containers and soul hearts. Because what, you get 1 red heart and 2 soul hearts? Is that how this works?
Yeah.
I see the argument. Like, I think these are pretty comparable. Like, I could actually see this above this, but no higher.
Why do you value Squeezy soul hearts so much and not the super bandage soul hearts?
Context. I know we shouldn't rank context, but a lot of times you get Squeezy from a boss, well, you will get it from a boss pool, and then the Devil Deal spawns, and you might need those soul hearts to actually play the Devil Deal.
Super bandage also spawns from boss pool.
Does it really?
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. I don't know what it is. Squeezy just feels so much better. Is it just because of the tears?
Maybe it is from the tears, because I think the tears is better than the HP.
Yeah. I feel like that is significantly better enough to be a whole tier.
Super bandage, does it? Alright. The thing with soul hearts, which make it weird, is that soul hearts, any item that gives soul hearts is like kind of high priority if you are low on soul hearts.
Also, Squeezy drops the soul hearts on the floor, which is just better.
That is true. How
about we just
I
leave
would
it here and move on?
I would put bandage up a little bit in the tier it's in. Like, I would put bandage maybe higher than blood bag as well.
I would argue that means raw liver has to go with it.
No, because I think soul hearts, when you need soul hearts, are more important.
They are. But you could also need red hearts.
But I think you need soul hearts more often.
Well, that's why I agree
Like,
that it's right. I agree with it being right above it, but it's not significant enough for them to be separated.
Super bandage plays a unique sound, making it S tier. That's a very good point.
Good point, actually. Pause. How about we just do this?
Yeah. Am I fine with it? I guess I'm fine with it. Yeah, I guess I'm fine with it.
Jesus juice.
Wait, before you go on. I'm not done with Squeezy. I'm just thinking, it's like, how much? No, I'm not sure, like, about the Guppy's hairball thing. I could see it. It just does. It feels wrong. I think maybe it is below. Actually, never mind. I think we just move on.
Jesus juice. Range and damage. Minimal damage, though, right?
Just give me a sec. Okay. Jesus Juice is plus 0.5 damage and plus 1.5 range. No one cares about range. It's 0.5 damage. 0.5 damage is not much. It's not much damage. What is the equivalent damage? Let me check. I actually think I already did the comparison. This is like... Actually, let me use my damage calculator. I'm gonna check, based on the tiers up. So... A tears up is 0.7 and a damage up is 0.5. DPS is basically the same as a sad onion. But this gives range as well. It feels weird
Okay.
being higher than That feels wrong.
I think it is higher than the tiers because I think just increasing your damage stat is better than increasing your tier stat because tiers can cap.
Yeah. Yeah. That being said, the DPS numbers are the same at base. There's something important to consider. If you have damage ups already, the damage will on the plateaus. But if you have tiers ups already and you haven't hit cap yet, then tiers ups are more effective. So if you have,
but it's kind of like they kind of just cancel each other out. I feel like, if anything, I feel like the plateauing is fine, whereas capping makes it pointless. So I think actually that just furthers my point that Jesus Juice is higher for sure.
No, I think at base, I guess I need to apply the range as well though. I think if it was just 0.5 damage, I'd say tiers is better. But it's also got range.
Well, yeah, the range is obvious. I mean,
yeah, so I think the range makes it higher. Barely. I think it's very close. Okay. Last item we're doing today. This is the last item before the rebirth items start. The last one.
Wait,
it's the box.
You're sure this is the last item you want to do? We haven't been going for that long.
It's almost 1 AM.
Okay, fair enough. If you want to stop.
But like, it's a good time to stop. It's almost 1 AM for me, and this is the last item before rebirth. Sorry. And it's an insane one. It's a coin, a key, a bomb, a heart, a card / a rune, a pill, and a trinket.
Insane.
Insane. It's kind of whatever. It's one of the lower tier items.
I feel like it's close to Pageant Boy, but lower.
I think it's better. I think you're getting a bomb, you're getting a key, you're getting a trinket, you're getting a card. I think there's some better stuff in there.
You always get a trinket?
Yeah.
That's fair. You actually, you know what? I think that gives me more benefit than Magneto then.
Actually, is it better than bottle of pill? The bag of pills. I think coin purse is better than Mom's coin purse. I think it is. I think I'd rather have it's 1 pill. Mom's coin purse is 4 pills. So you're basically comparing 3 pills to a card, a trinket, a bomb, a key, a coin, and a heart. I think I would rather have all of that.
Yeah, I actually agree. You're right.
In fact, I think this might have to be D+. Barely.
You're actually right. The trinket is pretty massive too. Trinkets are rare.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of dud trinkets. There are a lot of trinkets that just do nothing. But there's also some very, very good trinkets. So
hear me out. We put it above Bob's Rotten Head just to annoy Bob's Rotten Head enjoyer.
I was thinking the same thing. No, it's not. But maybe it's below Compass. I think maybe it's above Compass. I think it's next to Compass.
We can leave it right here.
I think that's fine.
I'm cool with
I think
that.
that's fine. It's just some nice stuff, and that's it. We're done.
I feel bad because
we're only going to rank the flash items, so there's no more lists.
Yeah, there's no more lists. Admittedly, I feel a little bit, but I mean, it's fine. I know it's late for you. We got to find a different stream time. But I feel a little bit bad because
kicked in, so it's an hour later for me than usual. Basically.
Yeah. I feel a little bit bad though because we spent the first 40 minutes of the stream just re-ranking, so that means that this stream has only been an hour and a half. I mean, an hour and no, it's been like 2 hours. It's been like 2 hours.
It's 2.5 hours. I have the timer here.
I suppose so, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel a little bad.
2 hours 25.
This is like significantly shorter than every other stream, but I mean,
I know it is, but that's fine.
Are you able to do next week at least?
Yes.
Okay, well at least there's that. We don't have to wait too long again. Okay. You said that you're going to like Japan or something, right?
In December.
In December. Are we gonna have like a stretch of all item streams for the next few weeks until then?
Yes.
Well, besides the week that we might have to not, so we can do the video.
I am gone from the 10th till the 28th.
Okay. What is that? Like, we're missing 2 weeks, and that's not that bad. Or am I counting wrong? It might be 3 weeks.
The 10th is a Tuesday. What we could try to do is try to do one on like Sunday maybe, like before I go. Or maybe the Monday, but I'd rather the Sunday because I will have to pack
Sunday
and
is
stuff on Monday.
complicated because Sunday, I could technically do Sunday morning, but I feel a little bad because that's like my the day that I go on dates with my fiance.
Okay.
But maybe.
We might just have to skip that week then. It's like I'm leaving on the day we would do the thing, so it's a bit. And I'd already have left, and then Monday's like a bit, like we could maybe do Monday, maybe. And then after that, the 27th. Oh yeah, but by the time I'm back on the, I'm back on the 28th. By the time I'm back on the 28th, then like yeah, I come like on the 31st we could do one.
Mhm.
But we are definitely missing at least 2 weeks.
Okay.
At least 2. If we can get one done on Monday, then we're only missing 2 weeks.
To be fair,
Otherwise we're missing 4.
we already went through 3 weeks. What's 2 weeks? Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right? What's 2 weeks? I'll figure out some Isaac content. I've actually I've been thinking about. I really want to try out modded Isaac because I've basically not played modded Isaac my entire life. Well, unless you
I've
count
never
like
played modded Isaac.
yeah, like I mean obviously I've used mods like EID and stuff like that, obviously, but I just mean like actual like new content mods. I haven't even touched, so I kind of want to try that potentially.
Yeah.
Might do that during that time. But yeah, that's good. So we're gonna have a solid stretch this month of all item streams. Get excited for that, chat. Really quick, I think Victor was doing tests on Bob's Rotten Head. Did you want to re-rank that?
No.
No. Okay,
Bob's
fair
Rotten-
enough.
Bob's Rotten Head is there because it's bombs, and I don't care about the damage. It's not that relevant.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I forgot Bob's Rotten Head can do that. Wait, Bob's Rotten Head on its way to get rubber cement effect from you having spectral. No, so true. Why did it have to do that?
Bob's Rotten Head synergizes with Godhead. It gets the Godhead aura. I'm not kidding.
Why?
Well, I'll show you. I'll show you real quick. This is so dumb.
Why does it do that?
It's so dumb. Oh, let's give Bob's Rotten Head, and then give Godhead.
You got strangely a lot of synergies. I wonder why. Why?
Bad example.
That was a very bad example, yeah.
I think it does home.
That is
I was trying to
so
get the
hype.
home.
What? Let me see. Oh my god, that was insane. Wait, that was actually sick.
I blew myself. I'm bad
Yo, this is kind of crazy, actually. Wait,
again. It homes in.
look at this. They should make Bob's Rotten Head a one-room charge. If they made Bob's Rotten Head a one-room charge, I actually think it'd be like a kind of well-balanced item. Because then,
Pretty good, yeah.
because then if you get 9 volt, you could actually like use it
Like a
multiple times in a
Larry Jr.
boss. And it'd actually be like solid.
Okay, the thing is, the Godhead aura doesn't matter because when you hit the Larry Jr., he just dies. So.
Yeah. That's really funny. Does the Bob's Rotten Head do more damage? Obviously, aside from the aura. But like the actual explosion, does it do more with
I'm
Godhead?
not sure. I'm not sure. I think it's just the aura, to be honest.
Top 5, honestly, insane. It also synergizes with Tiny Planet. It sucks. That sounds terrible. By the Epiphany mod. I'll do a poll. Maybe I'll just like completely mod out my game and see how crazy it is. That could be a fun stream idea, right? Like changing Isaac at its core. But anyway, we got a few more all item streams in us. So we finally did flash items. Let me see. Chat, do we agree with the flash items so far? I feel like this is a pretty definitive list so far. Like,
I feel like this is pretty good.
I think
There's
we've done
nothing standing out to me as wrong.
right.
Obviously, there's some items that we've had to take midpoints on, like compromises, which is fine. Bomb Friend is still up in the air. Still need to retest Bomb
Yeah.
Friend. And otherwise, I think everything is in pretty good spots. I'm not, yeah.
Yeah, we're through the Flash era. We got a lot of power creep that's going to be coming up, especially whenever we reach repentance. That's for sure. It's going to be a long time from now, though.
Yeah, power creep like Key Bum and Shadow Glass and
D6,
Little Loki,
Polaroid,
Mongo Baby,
Piggy Bank. Wait, Piggy Bank's actually kind of goated. Hold on.
Wait, that's it. Wait, Book of Secrets. Book of Secrets.
Book of Secrets. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, a lot of good items coming up. So.
There's about a dozen items I disagree with, but it's good. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of items here. I think that's fine.
I think that's a given for an Isaac tier list. I think it's a given.
Yeah. To be fair, okay, when I say, like, do y'all agree with the list, I more so mean, like, because obviously there's going to be plenty of placement differences, But like, are the ranges feeling correct? Because I think the ranges of all the items is fair. Like, it's in a solid tier, all the items, I think. Like, yeah, maybe some shifting of placements here and there, but I think the ranges are good. Like, I don't think there's anything atrocious here.
Yeah.
I like it. Habit is too low. Like, I love habit and all, but at the end of the day, it's pointless on
I think
loss,
it's
stuff
either
like that.
super good,
Or
some
pointless.
runs it's just nothing.
Yeah, it's actually just pointless. Yeah, so I think high B plus is completely valid for habit.
Yeah.
And that's completely valid.
Inner eye's too high.
We tested
inner eye was
inner
too
eye.
high, and then I realized that it's actually correct. It's basically just Cricket's head.
It was a manner convince, what can I say?
Yeah. The mana convince.
The manner convinces are so hype. We had a manner convince this time, right? The $3 bill, that's right. The $3 bill.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't like against it. Okay, there were mana convinces where I was like, I was against it, and now I'm for it. That was inner eye. $3 bill was more like I was still up in the air, and you like, but what you're saying makes sense.
Makes sense. I mean, the logic's there, right? You get 2 tier effects and kind of changes your run.
Convinced me on white pony. I don't think I would have put white pony that high, but I think you're right.
Yeah, it's just like it's nice. It is an exception to the active item thing, where I don't think active items should really go in B plus if they don't like reach a certain plateau, which I feel like is Book of Shadows.
Yeah.
Obviously, this has the flight on top of it, so it's kind of an exception. Yeah, I think this is good. And we finally got a top 5 item. I think it's likely enough that Sacred Heart will stay top 5. Godhead's a bit more up in the air. We're gonna have to see about that.
Yeah.
That's hype. We got a top 5 in Flash Isaac. Damn, so Flash Isaac really had a top 5 item within it, despite the power creep. That's kind of crazy,
Sacred
actually.
Heart in Flash was easily the best item in Flash. Well, not easily. Brimstone exists, obviously.
Yeah, Brim was really good in Flash. So was Mom's Knife.
But Sacred Heart, it's because it's so.
Actually,
simple,
no. I think Epic Fetus. I think Epic Fetus was better than everything in Flash. Maybe not Sacred Heart. Epic Fetus did bomb damage for every hit.
What was busted in Flash is there was a combo, Epic Fetus and the Pony. The Pony would make you invincible until you, like, press a movement or fire direction. But with Epic Fetus, you could click and use your mouse to fire the missiles, and that doesn't actually that isn't technically like pressing a movement key or a shooting key. So you kept the invincibility from Pony, even though you weren't dashing, and you got to fire with missiles, and you were immortal, and it didn't even take charge from the Pony, I don't think.
Wait, that's actually hype.
So that was actually a insta-win combo. Pony and Epic Fetus, you could not take damage, and you had Epic Fetus to kill things with. And I used that to get the no damage achievement. Because it was quite hard in Flash Rising to get the don't get hit on the floor achievement for some of the floors. And I got that combo once, and that's how I got the achievement.
Solid or trash? All right, we're gonna stop here in just a second. I'm doing one little poll just because I wanna see what y'all think. Why not? How's the list for the Flash items? Solid or trash?
I would have voted trash.
Vote trash. Somebody already voted trash.
It's me. There's 4 votes. One of them's me.
Oh,
trash.
you actually voted trash. What the hell?
Yes.
It's 1.5 damage. I still argue my reflection should be higher.
No.
Is it?
Fine murders.
My reflection is fine. I think I will say my reflection. Y'all did convince me on my reflection. I actually thought it was still like negative because of previous updates. But man, when I went into that greed mode run and tested how momentum worked on it,
range.
It actually is infinite range. It's ridiculous. It goes all the way across the greed floor if you use momentum.
I'm still the only trash vote. There's 10 and 10%, which means I'm the one trash vote. So
Yeah.
everyone likes the list, which is weird. I don't know why you'd like this list. It's pretty trash.
I'm gonna save this this image. And
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna save this image and then add it to the Discord so that way it's easy to see all the placements that we've done so far up to Flash.
Someone else voted trash. Insane. We did it.
Insane. Yeah, I don't know.
can't believe that one person who... Maybe they still watch the videos, but I've not seen them. That one person who said that list is trash because we put D6 in A+ instead of insane. And then they said they're not going to watch anymore. And then they actually haven't come back.
I still feel
That's
like,
funny.
I mean, D6 is great, but like it does not instantly guarantee a one run with every character at all times of the run.
Yeah, I would rather just have... Okay, there are some items in the game, no spoilers for top 5, but there's some items in the game that give you so many good items that you will get multiple insane tier items. D6 can do that, but it takes a lot longer. So I think I would rather...
And you need to get it much earlier. You have to get it
out.
much earlier is the thing, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you could say I'm underrating it. I still think I would take quad shot tech 2 and Ipecac over it.
I think it makes sense at the top of A+, like very top.
It makes sense
no matter what.
It makes sense. I just don't think it's that different. Like, I don't think it's that
different either. I think I could see those going above.
Yeah.
But it's close.
Right. I don't know, man. I don't know. Range of solid, yeah. All right, we're gonna end run. End run. We're gonna end stream. We will see y'all next week for all items. Then be excited, be hype.
There is a chance. Okay, because daylight savings hit and now it starts late for me. There is a chance we might change the stream time.
That's true.
We don't know yet.
I'll make a community post. Just keep an eye on that. And keep an eye on the Discord because that's how you're mostly going to be updated. I don't know how to find a link to my Discord channel. Wait, I'm stupid.
You don't have a Discord.
I literally do.
No, you don't. Prove it.
I gotta post the link.
I'll post the link.
Thank you, I'm dumb. I really am stupid with stuff like that. Alright, there you go.
Delicious.
Alright, join the Discord, and then text all your Isaac-related stuff in the Isaac Depths Below channel, and you can be updated for new time slots for the all items list. Maybe I'll make a new poll for time slots, we'll see. Either way, are you going to reevaluate some items after the update on the 18th? Yes, we will reevaluate as we see fit. We're also going to do a separate video as soon as possible after the online update to rank the buffs based on their impact on the item. That'll be a fun discussion video.
Yeah, so Mana, we're having a stream next week but then the week after we probably aren't having a stream because of that, unless we do a different day.
We have to see, because yeah, we might just do a different day. I'm fine with that too. Like maybe we'll just do Thursday.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. And I think they'll stream how good the balance are. Yeah. Or not necessarily the balance. I think it's more akin to the character buffs video that we did, where it's like it's ranking based on how big the impact was on the item. So like for example, if like it's not purely ranking how good the item is compared to each other.
What we're gonna do based on, because okay, there might be nerfs, and if there's nerfs, we're gonna do it based on.
No, Edmund already said there's not a single nerf.
Oh really?
There's not a single nerf.
Okay.
It is only buffs. He literally said like, don't worry, there's not a single nerf. It's only buffs. I saw it on his TikTok yesterday actually. So yeah, what's a good example? If they buff, I don't freaking know. If they buff Abel, and make it...
I have homing and 10 damage.
And Sacred Heart, then that would be top tier, because it's making a bottom tier item into an insane tier item. But if they buffed Sacred Heart for no reason, and gave it, I don't know, plus
it's 5 times your damage.
Yeah, like if they made it 5 times your damage, like even though it's a crazy buff, okay, well, no, I was thinking more akin to something like, I don't know, what if they gave it like plus 10 range for no reason? Then it probably wouldn't change the item that much at all, but like it's still effectively a better item than Abel. But I'd still rank Abel higher because the impact on Abel is vastly higher than the impact on Sacred Heart. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, for the character buff, for the item buff video.
Yeah. So we'd be ranking based on the buff, not the item itself.
If Sacred Heart got a +1 range buff, that would be very low on that buff list.
Yeah, it'd be very low, because it would barely change the item. But the item itself is still better than all the items on the list, probably. Yeah. But the buff itself is not impactful enough for it to be high tier. It'd actually be low tier.
Yeah.
So, just as an example. Not like that's going to happen. It's just an example. If an item's already good and it gets a minor buff, I don't really care that much. So yeah. Bean is going to be insane. Mark my words. That'd be hype. That'd be hype. Anyway, I've been putting it off too long. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great night.